We're heading toward our comedy show, August 2nd at the PNC Bank Arts Center in Homedale, New Jersey. The Opie and Anthony Traveling Virus. And tickets are available through Ticketmaster, Ticketmaster.com. Virus Tour, one word, on MySpace. And Patrice O'Neill is doing the show once again this year.
Nice.
Which is very, very good news. And he's in studio today, Patrice O'Neill.
Good morning. A lot of guys didn't want to do it this year, let's be honest. I mean, the only guys doing it so far this year that didn't do it last year, but Bigley and Geraldo. We have another special guest and somebody else. Because, I know the fans booing at the Animation Festival freaked out a lot of comics.
Yeah.
Freaked out a lot of comedians.
Well, that's the other.
Put up with that crap, yeah.
That's the other side of what the listeners do. They think they're being funny and stuff, and they boo a comedian, and then, it messes up other things. So I think we're going to start taking our events out of New York, because I think they're getting ridiculous.
But when a guy who sucks is one thing, but like giving a guy 1 second and then just attacking him when you haven't really seen what he's doing, it's like, you're not going to get real comics. Real comics
animals.
It was a bad move, man. A bunch of people decided to boo before they even saw, Dan Natterman's act.
And then Russ. Silly.
And Russ Maneve, who's an animal. He's a great comic. And so we wanted Russ Maneve on the tour. He said F you. Not F you, but he said no way. And there's two other guys that said no way. All because of what happened at the Animation Festival. And they weren't even bad comics. So that's what we're dealing with behind the scenes.
We ought to just station face punchers in the crowd. And the second someone starts booing, they just get like some guy Kenny-sized to just punch him in the face. And go, okay, here, what were you booing about?
And then I'm sure it'll all be over then after that punch in the face.
Oh, it'd be fantastic. And then somebody else on the other side decides, yeah, boo, boo, bam, and he gets slammed in the face. And before you know it, everyone's listening. But they're not laughing. They're just sitting there afraid to get punched.
Well, the booers at the Animation Festival, they really put us in a bad position.
Yeah, thanks.
The guys didn't deserve to get booed. I mean,
no, of course not.
The guys you got are, the show is me, Bob Kelly, Patrice, Voss, Otto, Babiglia, who's really funny, and Geraldo, who's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
But, Nick has something. He's supposed to be on it now. He's not. Bill Burr we couldn't get. Stephen Lynch we couldn't get. The guys that were really, really funny comedians. I guess.
Yeah.
It's frustrating, but maybe they don't want to tolerate or put themselves in positions to be screamed at if one line doesn't get over the fence.
Yeah. Why would you? Why would you want to get out there and have some friggin' overblown drunk that thinks he's going to make a name for himself start booing you? Ugh.
All right. But Patrice O'Neill has no problem, and he's going to kill at the show August 2nd at the PNC Bank Arts Center. Now, Patrice, of course you saw The Dark Knight. Patrice is all about going to the movies.
Oh, man, it was good.
And it
was very, very good.
And you said exactly what Jimmy and I said after we saw the movie. I could care less that Heath Ledger died. And then I saw The Dark Knight, and then I was bummed that he's not around anymore.
I was actually, wow, he died. It was like, I don't even know what psychopathic idea that is, but that, it's got to be a problem to do that, but he died, and I was like, well,
Yeah.
And then I watched that performance, and I understand even all that he was going crazy stuff, because he really brought a psychopath feel to the Joker, man. Like all that laughing. I was like, how did he change this into not a fun guy, even though he's laughing?
Yeah.
I mean, he was a nasty guy, man.
He was psychotic. He was a serial killer in this movie.
Oh,
just amazing.
The dude was he was in the zone, man.
Yeah.
I bet you he was one of those guys that no one talked to on the set.
Mm-hmm.
Just one of those creepy method. He probably went deep into method acting, man. He was stabbing people with eye pencils. He was great.
I was reading an article of Gary Oldman after they did a scene. Said, wow, that reminds me of Clockwork Orange. And Heath goes, funny you should say that. I've been watching it in my trailer. That's all day long or something like that. Yeah, in one of the articles I read.
With that Chicago accent he had as a killer. Did you catch it?
Who?
Heath Ledger. He had Chicago. He was,
did he? I didn't even know this.
Listen to it if you see it again. He's Chicago. That's Chicago, man. He was being a Chicago dude. He was great.
Well, Gotham City is Chicago.
Yeah, it's Chicago. It was great, man.
I didn't even know he was Australian until I heard him in a real interview.
Yeah.
I did not know he was Australian. He guy's great.
That's tremendous.
Who knew Christian Bale was from Wales? He's got a pretty deep accent when he's.
I didn't know where he was from, but I knew it was scary.
Yeah, we had a problem with the whole.
But like I said, if you was a superhero, but your alter ego worked on Broadway and you had like a little sissy lisp, You would have to figure out a way to be the Dark Knight if that was your. Like he was a gallivanting millionaire.
He sounded like
or
a little
billionaire, but that was how you should sound as the Dark Knight.
Sound like a little kid disguising his voice.
That's what he was.
You don't know who I am, do you? How about wearing a full mask, stupid? Don't leave half your face out.
That damn Heath. That movie. I didn't have any problems with that movie except for I don't want to insult this person right away, but I mean maybe white eyes are different. I can't this is the second movie in my life third maybe, where the woman was so bothered me, her look bothered me so much that it almost brought me out the movie for the idea that two of the biggest characters in the movie were dying over that. Harvey Two-Face turned into him because of the pain and suffering of this mess. She's not pretty enough. She just wasn't pretty enough to
be careful.
Drive the movie. I don't want to.
Just be careful with the spoilers because we promised.
Right. Okay.
We promised the audience that we would.
She's not pretty enough to.
You're talking about Maggie Gyllenhaal.
I don't understand.
Carrie Fisher. She's Princess Leia. She looked like Princess Leia.
She had saggy old face with youth in it. It was bizarre.
It's just the strangest. Margot Kidder in Superman 2 is the only other thing that to this day I want to punch the TV. I wouldn't give up a piece of my pinky nail, let alone all my super abilities, to marry that mess.
Pruny lipped friggin' old bitch. Was she disgusting? And yes, Superman gives up all his powers just so he can sleep with her.
I think Superman needed LASIK or something.
Yeah. Goes around the world a few times to make time go backwards to save her. And
I understand you want to take your glasses off because you don't want anyone recognizing you, but maybe some contact lenses would work.
She had green kryptonite panties.
He
was
losing his mind.
She sucked.
Do you think that terrible. Christian Bale watches Batman and then says, "Why didn't anybody tell me how stupid I sounded?"
Maybe his mom did. That's why he punched her in the face.
Like he's watching Heath Ledger, just be immersed in this role, and then he walks in. I gotta catch the bad guys. Where's my speedy car? And he's like, I'm a douche.
There really was a drop off between the two.
Damn!
But I'm sure they pumped up his voice in post, though. You know the effect.
You think?
I think so.
Maybe.
It was just, I don't know. The movie's good, though. Was it the best movie you've seen in a while there, Patrice?
No.
Heath Ledger's performance, one of the best.
Heath Ledger was tremendous.
One of the best performances I've ever seen.
They're trying to put him up there with Hannibal Lecter. I think that's ridiculous. But in terms of comic book villains, he is very high.
I'll tell you who just takes the acting trophy there. The Oscar, I believe, will go to Morgan Freeman, who just plays... a great version of Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
That son of a bitch cannot play a different character.
But he's become the Jack Nicholson of black men, where he doesn't have to be a character anymore.
But he's not interesting enough.
Plays the same role in every movie.
Huh? Morgan's not. Nicholson was a weird guy.
He is
Morgan Freeman's your neiver that won't shut up. That just goes on with this monologue.
No, I disagree, and I have to. And it's not because he's black. He's
I don't care.
He has a distinguished way about him, where every role that needs this dude, even if another dude was to play it, he would have to play it as Morgan Freeman. Where I'm not gonna do this,
but he can't play any other role. Like they can't put him in anything else.
Have you ever seen Street Smart?
It was not that good. As a pimp, I just saw it.
Are you not well?
You turned Jimmy on to that. He saw it.
That's the one.
He played the great because. You're a white guy, Jimmy.
I am.
Wait a minute. But white people want to see, dig it, baby. He played a real pimp. He was the best pimp in the history of movies.
I don't like the fact that Patrice just made it where I can't not like Morgan Freeman.
I know.
I just didn't like his performance that much. I thought it was like, ugh. Yeah. I really did.
Dude, you got to see Street Smart. That's the movie.
Keitel did a great pimp in Taxi Driver.
He was great.
Keitel did a great pimp in Taxi Driver.
He was a great pimp, but you got to see Street Smart
Jimmy did. He didn't like it.
I just saw it like a month ago.
I'm not going to let you not like it. I'm going to come over your house. I'm going to watch it again with you and walk you through.
I didn't like him in it.
Hold your hand and walk you through it.
I didn't find him menacing. I liked him better.
You didn't find when he broke the Yoo-hoo bottle and put it up her eyes? Are you
that
not
one moment he was going to cut a chick? Big deal. Ramrod was better in Vice Squad.
You know what? Wings Hauser was tremendous pimp, dude, in the movie.
Oh, his wings are bad, man.
He kept me. You know, I did some roles, and Tom Berenger did it in Platoon, where the role is so good, you won't let him suck for like 25 years. You don't realize. Like Wings Hauser was so good in Vice Squad that I just realized he stinks just now. It was so good.
That is so funny. You'll give him 20 years.
I gave Wings Hauser 20 years. I've given Tom Berenger from
up
Platoon, until Substitute 2 before I go, no, Tom Berenger stinks.
He stinks, but he was so damn good in Platoon.
And I'm going to tell you who's getting ready to stink soon. If he doesn't, Steve Buscemi, if he doesn't do something else, he's going to now stink. If I gave him Reservoir Dogs until now.
How about Fargo, though? You don't like him in Fargo?
Fargo is amazing.
Yeah, but how old
Fargo's
is
an old
Fargo?
movie, though, Jimmy.
15 years ago.
Fargo's an old movie already.
At least 10. All right, we got to move on because, the great Estelle Getty died. I mean, everyone's talking about the old broad from Golden Girls passing away at 84.
Are they?
She had dementia for many years, so she was pretty much dead.
Did she do any villains in the movie before she died so we could appreciate it?
She was in Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
No, that's right.
I forgot about that.
I like Estelle Getty.
Classic.
She was funny in that damn show.
I thought the show was great.
I hated Golden Girls.
You hate Golden Girls.
It was one of those shows that when I'd hear that freaking theme song and I knew it was coming on, I'd have to change the channel as quick as possible. I didn't want.
In the front.
I could. Why would I care what four baby powder smelling old hags down in Florida
they were tremendous,
are doing while they're talking about sassy, sexy things? Never. So
that means you only watched the show once or twice.
No, I've seen it a few times.
So you watched the show many times.
I was forced to because
and
one of those ass girlfriends I was going out with at the time liked it, so I'd have to sit on the couch and watch it.
Rue McClanahan as a hoe.
I thought it was
Pete Arthur as like
it was so phony, over the top, unrealistic. Rue McClanahan, some friggin' geriatric hoe.
She's the
Get
first
out of
cougar.
here.
She's
TV's
first who's banging her?
Oh yeah, how is she dragging so many men home? With that old dried up prune.
We like a little reality.
Yeah, how about some friggin' reality?
She had a sexiness back then.
Did she really?
And then Estelle Getty.
Blue.
There was that thing we were listening to.
On, Patrice. Blue hair.
We were listening to earlier, Estelle Getty.
Didn't make you laugh?
Yeah.
No, we're playing it right now.
Yeah, we'll play that. But this is so unrealistic.
We really tried.
Hold
on, Patrice.
No.
Patrice,
Didn't make me
hold
laugh.
on. We got some samples from Golden Girls. This is the sexiness that we found a perfect scene here of what this dumb show is all about.
Unrealistic.
Estelle Getty, of course, she played Sophia, and here's what she's doing in Golden Girls.
Hi, Ma. What you watching?
I don't know, one of those Steven Spielberg movies.
That's not a Steven Spielberg movie. What are they doing?
You know what they're doing. We had that talk when you were 12.
Ma, I can't believe this. You rented a dirty movie?
Dirty is in the eye of the beholder. Okay, maybe that's a little dirty.
They're old ladies, though.
What old hag is watching a movie like that?
This is a whole
some maybe. Not her. Not in that house. Not with the rest of the old bags.
Well, if we're not going to suspend disbelief, what guy in a half a mask and bat ears is running around a city flying?
That's a fantasy.
Yeah,
this is supposed to be
a comic book.
This is supposed to be
nothing comic book about this.
Old bags living together.
You want your sitcoms to be actually authentic?
Completely real?
No, but it makes it sound like she's like swallowing cucumbers.
Yeah, what's she doing? Why was she? I need to know. Why was she watching it?
Yeah.
What was she building up to?
Was
someone coming over, or was she going to take care of herself?
You picked.
I know.
You picked. Might be the worst clip in history.
No,
there's so many other.
We continue here.
Ma, we did not get a VCR so that you could watch dirty movies.
I'm 81. What are you worrying about? You think I'm going to find someone down in the center to do that with?
It's not a bad line.
Yeah, what
She's talking about, am I going to find somebody to bang? That's not all right.
And you gotta be
At least that made it realistic.
You gotta be thinking of the face too when she's delivering. The whole.
Why would you ever want to think of that face?
These are old ladies.
I can't.
I know. Why would I want to watch a show about old ladies?
Because they weren't represented. They were represented really funny, and it was really well written, and it was just fun to watch them. Oh yeah, it was great. They were all completely different from each other. There was the old lady who was kind of cranky, but then you had kind of the lesbian mannish vibe of B. Arthur. You had the slut and Rue McClanahan, and Betty White was a dummy, completely the opposite of what she played in what was she in Mary Tyler Moore, where she was a castrating monster. I thought they were great.
All right, let's go on here.
How's this dress look on me? What's the difference? In half an hour, it'll be crumpled on the floor next to an empty bottle of Jack Daniels.
So he's getting banged.
Can we hear that one again? Because I missed it.
Oh my God!
I missed it.
This is so stupid.
How's this dress look on me? What's the difference? In half an hour, it'll be crumpled on the floor next to an empty bottle of Jack Daniels.
An empty bottle.
An
empty bottle of Jack Daniels.
Did she just smash Rue McClanahan?
Yes.
That's funny.
That she's going to get drunk and laid.
Oh, it's just
How do I
great,
look
Jimmy.
in this dress in a half hour? It'll be crumpled on the floor next to a bottle of Jack Daniels? That's a great line. Oh, an old lady just slammed.
I think
She's calling her an old whore.
You're just being a curmudgeon right now.
Dude, that's a funny
Yeah, tomorrow
line.
when you're feeling better, you'll like it.
They're the original Sex and the City girls.
Yeah.
The Golden Girls. They're all just sassy.
So
I like
sassy.
the Golden Girls. You didn't like the Golden Girls?
There's something about old women. The older they get, their faces start looking like their you know what.
Just droopy. I don't know. I was more a
let's
Family Ties guy.
Me too. Before he started looking for attention. Oh, I knocked some over again. We get it, Michael.
Moldy clumps. That's what Stephen S. from Bayshore is saying. Here we go. Another little line from the Golden Girls.
Was she the youngest?
You know, Rose, I'm really enjoying this. You and I having a quiet cup of coffee together.
Me too, Sophia, because
I said quiet.
That's kind of funny.
That's funny, dude.
Dorothy, what are you doing up? Her banging woke me.
What are you talking
The
about?
toilet seat, Ma. 4 women live in this house. The toilet seat never has to move. You always manage to make it bang.
Forgive me, sweetheart. Why don't you just get me a litter box to keep next to my nightstand?
What's wrong with that line?
Dude,
All right, look.
If you keep
There's some
listening to these,
funny lines.
You're gonna laugh, dude. That's just hilarious.
All right, there's some funny lines.
Cat box to scratch. Come on, man.
These were all funny lines.
Yeah, that's funny, man.
I'm sure Hitler had a few laughs in his Nuremberg
You sure
speeches.
Hitler
You gotta look at the overall story, though.
Yeah.
You know,
You're positively sure that Joseph Mengele was hilarious at one point in your
I
life.
think a couple of laughs here and there, but you gotta look at the overall picture.
What's the matter with
It
you?
wasn't as funny.
Of course.
All right,
You
let's
would
go.
have asked you. Mussolini was, boy, all the tickles. What's the matter with you?
I think not that that's not a crazy example to raise during the Golden Girls that Hitler might have been funny. That's a perfectly logical direction to go with it. But I think that we're getting random lines from a couple episodes, and they're all funny
They are
lines.
funny lines.
Idi
I
Amin
can't
was
deny
charming,
it.
too,
I can't deny it. Yeah, Idi Amin was charming.
Here's one more.
I have a better idea. We can hitchhike. See, I can lift up my skirt, like in that Clark Gable movie. It happened one night. Boy, we'll have a ride in no time.
Please, you lift up your skirt, and someone might mistake your thigh for the on-ramp to the freeway.
Oh, fat thigh, I guess.
And a whore. And a whore. The on-ramp to the freeway. Do you know how many people use a freeway?
I'm sure they wanted to write a tunnel joke.
This is making me want to go buy the
No,
box
it's
set.
not.
I'm
Shut
going to go
up.
buy the
Really?
box set of Golden
Shut
Girls
up.
just to
You're not
see.
going to sit through the box set of Golden Girls.
It's funnier than most of what's on today network TV.
It was fun for 2 minutes. No
And,
one's
and
sitting through
all
this
4 of
crap.
them are great actresses.
All
Like,
of
they're
them.
all 4. Not a weak link in the show.
Yeah, whatever.
Stop it.
Her awful.
Whatever.
What show that's on today? That's not cable.
Just say
What's
you miss
sitcom
Estelle Getty.
Today.
Huh?
Just say you miss Estelle Getty.
No.
Just say you miss her.
No. This guy does, though. Listen to this.
This is an emergency blog. I have very unfortunate news.
This is where now we're going to start doing some
Tested
laughing.
positive for what?
I have a bunch of friends that have to go to a doctor.
Now you want to hear some comedy. Now we're going to hear some comedy. A stupid blogger.
By the way, hold on.
An emergency blog.
Enough of us criticizing the Golden Girls. The gay voice he said, and the two of us buttheads getting to an AIDS joke.
Of course. Of course. Now here comes the comedy people.
I have very unfortunate news for everybody. If you ever saw the show The Golden Girls, you know Sophia as, like, the funniest character. She passed away this morning, July 22nd at 5 a.m., so I've heard. I always knew she was like a sickly woman, I just didn't know how sick she was. That's like my favorite show, and now that she's gone, like I know they canceled it and everything.
A while ago.
Yeah, 16 years ago.
It's just really sad because she was like the funniest character on that show. Like every day I watched it on Lifetime at 4 o'clock. I gotta put it on. I'm like, I don't know why I'm crying so much, but
I can
just
speculate.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because you're a sissy?
Right.
Doing an imitation of your dad?
Yeah. Because Dad never accepted you? You idiot.
why I'm crying so much, but I just wish I got to meet her because she's so funny.
What's that awful music?
He's
I
crying
love
right
her
now. Here we go.
and Dorothy and Rose and Blanche. But Sophia was always my favorite. Sophia Estelle Getty, which is her real name. This video is for you and your memory. You'll always be in my heart as one of the funniest people I've ever got to see on TV.
Can you imagine if that's your legacy? Is this fruit leaves you a message?
And thank you for being a friend. Rest in peace. You're in my heart.
That's what you've worked all those years for. To have that Mary leave a YouTube message.
Did you hear at the end? Thank you for being a
Friend.
Thank you for being a friend. The hack line in.
The whole thing of that was him to get to that melodramatic line, like, oh, we get it now.
When Gary Coleman dies, I'm gonna go, hey man, the world don't move.
Defeated just one drum.
Peace out. Peace out, Gary.
That's what you got to do when any one of these guys dies. Just take a bad line from their theme song.
Hey, there's a bunch of these videos up on YouTube. We got to get them for the show. There's more than one.
He had a different stroke.
By the way, this guy writes, this fruit can still watch her. She's still on TV. It's not like I had a personal freaking relationship.
She wasn't doing anything new.
She stays alive on Lifetime.
What's depressing, though, is that she was really old, but at one point, somebody had sex with her and said, I banged Estelle. You got that?
Estelle.
Yeah, she's an animal. Like maybe 1950.
Oh, had to be way back.
Somebody pumped drinks in her because they had to get in her pants.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm going for her over there. Estelle? No way. No way you get that.
She's a goer.
All right, be my wingman. What's a wingman? Planes haven't been invented yet.
Front and back, same time. Yes.
Yes.
Let's go to Brett in Boston, listening on BCN. Brett, what's up?
What's up, boys? Checking in.
All right.
Hey, let me get this straight. Jimmy is defending the Golden Girls, but bashing the Dark Knight.
No, I love the Dark Knight. Batman, Christian Bale's Batman stunk. I think the Joker is the best comic book villain I've ever seen. But
I
Christian
agree.
Bale's Batman. I'm Batman. Yeah, exactly. All four of them were better in the Golden Girls than he was. Any one of them could have played Batman more realistically. I'm Batman, Dorothy. I'm Batman. We know you are. Ugh, easy, Clint. Go ahead, make my day.
Let's go to Cleveland, say hi to Paul. Paul, what's up?
Morning, fellas.
Good morning.
Hey, Anthony, if we're not allowed to suspend disbelief, how are we ever going to believe you're dating Jill Nicholson?
Oh, good one.
Yeah.
That's because that's reality.
That's not
good. But that's reality. What happened?
You're not gonna dignify that with Anthony's in love. He doesn't dignify those with a
hell no
answer anymore.
With that, let's take a break. We got Patrice O'Neill in studio. He's going to be at the comedy show, the O&A Traveling Virus. One show this summer, August 2nd, PNC Bank Arts Center, Homedale, New Jersey. Ticketmaster, Ticketmaster.com. Virus Tour, I think, one word on MySpace, right?
I hope
for info and tickets.
Our special guest is still doing what he's doing, I think.
I believe so, yes.
Good.
Yes. It's still going to be a great show, and we're giving away a car at this year's Virus show.
Jesus.
Details up on OandARadio.com.
You know what we ought to do?
What?
As tribute to Estelle Getty.
Oh, no.
Get some powder and powder Sam's head. Because her hair, she had that afro.
You got to think that's what was going on in her...
No, not down below. Like her regular hair, she had that big round afro of white hair, if you look at the picture of her. And I think Sam's hair powdered would look great as a tribute.
That's a great idea. Let's do that next.
Sure.
Let's get some baby powder.
Hopefully you'll wind up just like her.
Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Broadcast just babbling as we get back from commercials. That's all right.
We're talking movies.
We don't like being that professional. 877-212-O&A. Also got OandARadio.com. Give a little plug for Stephen S. from Bayshore's fine show rundown that he does every single day. Check that out later today. Patrice O'Neill in studio. He's playing our comedy show, the Traveling Virus show that we're doing August 2nd at the PNC Bank Arts Center in Homedale, New Jersey. Yes, we're giving away a Mustang GT at the show this year. Go to OandARadio.com for details, okay? And you can get your tickets for the Virus show through Ticketmaster, Ticketmaster.com. Virus Tour on MySpace. There you go. Yeah, you can. Anyone can.
I was, of course, sickly, so I got to catch up on a lot of television, and I was crap on, but I go to HBO On Demand and go to their series, and Generation Kill is on. So there's 2 episodes. I watched both of them. That friggin' HBO is amazing with its original programming. I am hooked on this show. The first episode, I was totally hooked. The characters in it are hysterical, disgusting. Some of them are just blatantly racist.
Is it a comedy or drama?
It's a drama. It's a drama. Probably the most accurate depiction of what the hell goes on over in Iraq. It's the guys that were going in, leading the way, the Marines, during the Operation Iraqi Freedom. And it's just not like it's amazing what has happened to war movies and war shows. Mm-hmm. They've just become so much more realistic and character driven, where these guys are just like, they're just guys. They're just guys that are doing this. It's not like, all right, bring the armor up, and like the old days. It's just these guys like, someone will ask a question and the guy throws his shoulders up like, I don't know.
I saw the first episode, too. It was great. The opening scene to the series was just amazing.
Yeah, really good.
Blowing up stuff all over the desert. Know what I found interesting, and maybe we could talk to some old soldiers. They said that, man, look, they didn't even clean up from the last war. Like, they showed the desert, and it's all crap from, 19...
Yeah, because they was in staging area in Kuwait.
Right.
So they were like, they didn't even clean up from the last war. It's just a bunch of crap they left laying all over the place.
And it got me to thinking, I guess they never do clean up that stuff. That stuff will just rot there for hundreds and hundreds of years. Who the hell's going to decide to clean up all that crap from the last war in the middle of a desert?
We'll get covered over with sand and just be part of the history, history friggin' layer cake.
We got a lot of fans that are watching the show. Joe, what do you got?
It's John, but close enough.
All right, John.
That show is pretty great. The racism jokes that go back and forth, and then it's not just white on black, black on white. It's like redneck.
Oh, and then they hate the rednecks, and then the rednecks are just ragging the Mexicans, and the blacks are on the Mexicans and the whites, and
By the way, that's reality.
Yeah.
As much as they are trying to clean up broadcasting and all this other crap, the reality is we all make fun of other groups.
And that's what it is. And it's not any of this bad stuff where it's like, oh my God, this is awful. Why are they talking like that? It's just, this is the way it is.
Right.
And they're depicting it the way it is.
This is how groups talk when no one's watching them.
Yeah.
And you can get away with it because you're not doing it in humor. It's only people only feel safe attacking it when it's being done in humor.
In humor.
That's why it's just such fraudulent.
I know.
It's just amazing. It's also a book, I guess, Ant.
Is it?
That dumb reading, though.
Screw the reading. This is great.
Yeah.
You can watch actual, war footage and stuff.
One of the other really funny parts that's in that movie is when the reporter asked the guy for the picture of his girlfriend he gave him.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He's like, I passed it on, and that guy passed it on to 3 others. And
they keep passing it around to use it.
Well, a picture of your girlfriend over there is like porn for everybody.
That's pretty much it. And then there's some hard-ass Sergeant Major that is so goddamn funny. He's like not supposed to be funny. Mm-hmm. He's just such a hard ass, and they're all they're worried about a war, and he's worried about the width of their mustaches, and whether they should go over the edge of their mouths. And he keeps just ragging these guys about the length of their mustache. You look like a dirty hippie. Definitely just a Southern lifer.
It's definitely worth a peek.
Great characters, funny in a lot of spots, and really exciting.
And they used the same font that they used here in New York City for this radio station, by the way.
Oh, right.
That's the same font with the little crosses and Generation Kill.
Yeah, we ought to look to get a couple of these guys on because this show's
Roland's working on it.
Huge.
I think we're going to have a few guys next week, actually. Let's go to North Carolina.
Better watch it then.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff, what's up? Oh, by the way, it's the same guys that did The Wire.
Yeah, no, I know.
Oh, okay. Did we say that? I don't even know. And one of the characters, what's his name, from season 2 is in it. Of The Wire.
The Docs?
Yeah.
Ziggy?
Ziggy was the wise ass brother?
With the giant penis, yeah.
Yeah, Ziggy.
His name was James something, I think his real name.
The other guy's in it from Oz, too. He plays the reporter from Rolling Stone that's embedded with him.
Hey,
he was in Oz, the guy that got branded by
Burt
Schillinger.
Oh, yeah.
Beecher, yeah, he was Beecher. Damn.
Let's say hi to Max in Dallas before we move on. Max, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Hey, Anthony, you were talking about how they were complaining that they left stuff over from the last war or whatever. I lived in Germany. My dad was stationed over there, and we got to go to France a lot. And they still got a lot of unexploded landmines and stuff from World War II. And you'd be sitting there watching TV at night, and they'll have on the news, well, another child stumbled through a landmine and got blown up.
Oops.
Kind of like put like barbed wire fence and a little picture of a skull and crossbones there. And it's just crazy, man. My dad used to go bunker hunting over in Germany. He'd have like a miner's hat, a shovel, and rope with his friends and go down into the Siegfried line over there in Germany. And one time a buddy has found a German motorcycle, a BMW, still in the packing grease. But, okay, I bored you. Later.
All right.
Thank you, Max. Thank you, Max, I think. John Kerry is, I don't know, is he in trouble for this? Not yet.
First of all,
people are a bit confused by John Kerry's choice of words. Here's the clip.
Quote, clarified it, but he didn't change his position. A spokesperson came out and tried to clarify it. So I think John is trying to throw that big tar baby out there. You want to lose, you don't want to win. Of course Barack Obama wants to be successful. But you know what he wants? He wants us to really focus on the real war on terror, which is centered in Afghanistan and Pakistan.
Just a guy a little out of touch with certain pop culture slurs.
I guess it's an old term. Yeah. I'm assuming. Oh my God. What is the old meaning of that?
It's from Brer Rabbit.
What?
What does it mean?
It's a. May I, Patrice?
Hell no! Not if you're gonna make an excuse for tar baby.
Do you know where it's from?
Get over there,
From
Stumpring.
racism.
It's from racism.
Get over there. So Stumpring, over there.
Yeah, we all share a mic. Go ahead. Tar Baby is from the story of Brer Rabbit and Brer Fox, and Brer Rabbit is trapped when Brer Fox leaves a little baby fashioned out of tar by the side of the road. And when Brer Fox stops, or Brer Rabbit stops to
Niggas
talk
from the
to
story of Roots.
the baby won't answer. So he punches it
We
and
don't
it gets
care
stuck to
what
him.
it's really from. Tar Baby is a racial slur, man.
It's no, in the dictionary, it's from the 1870s. Yes, we know it's a different time.
We don't know. I don't
Hold on, I want to hear this. So 1870s, what did Tar Baby
refers to a
mean?
problem that no matter how you try to solve it, it only gets worse. That's the term tar baby.
Because the tar is going to get all over you.
And he can't get it off.
And he can't get it off. The more you try, the more you're just getting it on you.
And he's not using it to be. He's just out of touch with what it meant.
All right.
He's not using it to be. Right? Everybody knows that.
It's like a boondoggle.
He said Tar Baby, Stunt Brain. Tar Baby.
Yes,
we
he
know.
did.
I appreciate the whole history of Brer Rabbit, but you know what Tar Baby means, man. Why are you doing this?
I don't. It's always meant to me a problem that no matter how hard you try and solve it, you're only just going to keep getting in deeper.
Yeah, okay.
Like I seem
All
to
right,
right
sure,
now.
Stump Brain.
No, I think-
That's what it means. No, I know that's the old meaning, but that's not what you think when you hear the term.
Thank you.
I'm not
Black
even gonna,
racial slur. Everybody knows
Yes,
that.
thank you.
It is extremely racist in this day and age.
But it's not even that bad. It's like everybody knows he didn't mean it like that. It's like, come on, he's a stupid old senator with a wife who does ketchup. Nobody thinks he does ketchup.
Done quite well with ketchup.
Hey, Stump Brain, where's Coon from? Alice in Wonderland?
Hey, also it was featured in the band movie Disney's Song of the South, of course.
Oh, it was.
That's where it became racist.
Yeah, zippity doo dah.
Oh,
This is nice.
God. Oh, this certainly is. The days that
This is
I could
nice.
smell the fresh air. My shoulder, right?
Ah,
Oh, everything was so fun and innocent.
it's a nice song. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Let's go to Michael in Connecticut, who's with Stunt
baby.
Brain. Michael, what's up?
Hey, I'm with Stunt Brain on this. Just because a Tar Baby is black doesn't mean it's racist. An 8-ball isn't racist any more than a Tar Baby is. They didn't have any white tar down there to make the friggin' thing out
Is
of.
that a racist term? Hey, 8-ball.
No.
No?
Not if you call me one, yeah, but
Can we get that going now?
behind the eight-
Maybe I can invent
behind
one.
the 8-ball,
Be honored.
You know, I understand that somebody could make that to be racist, but
It could be.
behind the 8-ball, I wouldn't take that as being racist, but Tar Baby. Tar Baby.
All right, let's just listen to John Kerry again now that we know what he's using here.
Quote, clarified it, but he didn't change his position. A spokesperson came out and tried to clarify it. So I think John is trying to throw that big Tar Baby out there. You want to lose, you don't want to win. Of course Barack Obama wants America to be successful. But you know what he wants? He wants us to really focus on the real war on terror, which is centered in Afghanistan and Pakistan.
No one heard a word he said after he said Tar
Well,
Baby.
right after that, they missed it. He said because we don't want people to get spooked. You know,
Oh, right.
he
Well,
was
it's
thinking
scared,
himself,
of course.
Yeah.
And in context, I'll say this. He probably, the way he didn't flinch, he probably didn't mean it.
Of course not, but
Big liberal. Why would he say that?
He didn't flinch.
of course not, but
Yeah, he has a big liberal
It's not like he
stuff.
said. It's not like he said. It's like he wants to throw that big Tar Baby.
Oh God! And I'm tired of hearing the cackles of the moon crickets. They bother me. What did you say? Yeah, moon crickets. They're loud.
they're loud. Oh God! Let's say I
You know, and the porch These are really.
Oh my God, man!
Just a bizarre choice of words right there.
Bizarre!
He could have used a million different words in that sentence.
He lives in a different world. It's a different world.
Where you don't understand Tar Baby, no one says it.
No, people in his life don't talk like that.
What does he say? I'm headed down to the haberdasher to get me some cigarettes.
You understand that they're old. They're old money. They're old political people. They're not fun. Fun people say Tar Baby. Your friends say that. These are old people who don't even know that they're like.
I think,
baby ever.
But I think old Whitey is way more racist than young Whitey.
Nah, they don't even know that they're racist at that age for certain. Like, he'll say something like, those people have it bad enough. He doesn't even know he is.
All right, let's go to John in Cleveland. Good morning once again to Cleveland. How are you, John?
Patrice, hey, Patrice, how many words are just absolutely atomic in your culture?
The N-word is...
Unless Jesse says it.
The TB, now it's going to be called the TB.
What is that?
Tar Baby.
Well, Tar Baby's really not atomic. Unless I don't know. Here's the thing that bugs me, though, about white people. It's like you join in with the race. Dude, you know, you sound like you probably having trouble paying your bills. And I don't consider you like somebody that can hurt me with any word. It's somebody like John Kerry, you know, that's a whole nother story. But a lot of times poor white people join into this, you people, we hurt you. Shut up. There's nothing you can hurt me with. You're just a dude.
All right. With that, we take a break. Patrice O'Neill, everyone. Opie and Anthony. We got Patrice O'Neill in studio today. He was giving us good news about Houston, Texas.
Yeah, a lot of black listeners in Houston, man. I was out there. Everybody black come up, say O&A, O&A, O&A. I was like, oh, man.
That's
I
very
didn't realize this. I was like, thought it was all fat boys from New Jersey, but there's a lot of black, and not even like weird black people like you, that, you know, not black people, like black folks.
You're talking black guys that act
regular,
white?
Right, black weirdos.
We got a few gangsters you're talking?
Few legitimate African Americans.
Nice.
Those are not Houston black people, though. Those are black people from all over the country who like the show that flew in to see you. Those are all of our black listeners. It was a big party in Houston.
Yeah, they had a convention.
I was very happy about that, man. I was actually very
Makes
happy.
us happy.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what did you think of Jesse, by the way?
Jesse Jackson?
Yeah, with the cutting off of the you know what's and and he threw the N-word around.
Dude, that's what everybody does. You talk about people. I mean, please. I know I've had to say things about Norton behind his back if they tape me.
Why?
I don't know.
What'd
I've
you
said
say
some
about
terrible
me?
things. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you.
I don't say bad things about you.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
You say them in my face.
Exactly.
But I say it behind your back.
But I say nice things about you behind your back.
That Jesse does what people do.
Everyone talks behind people's backs.
Look at
Every
Norton's
single
face.
person alive.
I'm playing with you.
You like to think you're not the one they're talking about, but that's not. You know, we all do it. Yeah,
we just all do it. And you don't, and it's not even a lack of love. I talk about my mama sometimes, like, oh, my mother just, why is she, I can't talk to her, but it's like, you know, he was just doing, I don't even think it was that bad. He was doing, as a matter of fact, it might have been a friend. Like, that's how you talk about your friends. Like, he's so stupid, he's da-da-da. It might have been something he said to him, you know, in personal to him. Like, it's like it didn't bother me that much.
Why wasn't it in it, though, if it was a white guy that said it?
Yeah, why did the outrage go away really quickly?
Why wasn't he pushed out of push?
It was just like, because it was black guy saying about another black guy. So.
It's just not fair.
But he has access to this guy, and he's talking about cutting his testicles off. Like, it's like, there's like a legitimate, you talk about cutting the testicles off of the first black candidate in history. Isn't that like a secret, I mean, it's like, really, why is that? Like, nobody has any outrage. It's like nobody says retire or get out of
I think
Rainbow
just like
Coalition.
we're talking now, people basically understand context. But look, when white guys do something, you are the universal villains of the universe. They're gonna come after you. It's just, it is what it is. What do you want? It's your fault.
Not my
Like, like when you do something, you got to come after you. It just is what it is. That's why you got to be careful. We've never had to be careful with language, but I think now people are trying to put black people into this language thing that we never was in. That's why.
Then they should be putting that. Just don't call white people.
Well,
leave the language alone for everybody.
I think that's reparations, basically. I think we're not going to get money, so at least we should be able to say anything we want about you.
Leave the language alone. That's it. It's petty. It looks silly. It looks second. It looks. Like,
I agree with you.
Like it looks,
but it is what it is.
Well, I agree with Patrice now on this whole thing.
Wow.
And it's not even like agreeing as much as just you just got to take what it is at face value. There is a double standard.
Yes.
It's just the way it is. If it's the worst thing we have to endure as whitey, so be it.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's
but
what
we
I'm
make
saying.
our living talking, and it can cost you a job.
Yeah.
It's not just unpleasant. It's when it's going to cost you a career or a job because you say the wrong
Well,
thing.
you got to
and
watch
it's
out.
A bunch of elitists in the ruling class throwing a little bone to who they deem to be the lower class. Yeah, we'll do something about that. That's all it is.
But that's what before the break. What he was saying when that guy was talking to me. That's the thing. White people are doing this to everybody. There's like if a black person says white, the thing that bothers me sometimes is that look, we're not talking about just the dudes, the garbage men, the guy you bump into in the elevator. There's a white guy that we just named white that does bad things to everybody, and they're willing to take white people's rights away just to get that overall big brother thing going.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it is. It's just like nobody black is stopping language. But when no one black is ever like who run
Jesse
Colin
Sharpton?
Powell's son ran the FCC, but
Yeah.
he wasn't making the decision.
He was terrible.
He really
terrible.
was.
Come on, man.
Patrice, he was terrible.
Yeah.
He was terrible.
I know he was terrible, but I'm saying he wasn't making decisions. I'm saying so. Basically,
It was the machine, man.
above him.
That's what y'all have to deal with. Like you said,
The
that's
Illuminati.
The worst you got to deal with is you can't say stuff that you could say in the 60s. Shut up.
That's great if I'm a garbage man, but the fact that I talk for a living and I talk on the radio and I'm going to get dumped out of saying something, or that's where it gets frustrating. I understand the overall picture.
It affects us
Talking
differently
for a
because
living,
we can
get
lose
affected.
this. Yeah.
But that's
and
why
they tell me I can't say it in my car, and I got a problem because. Oof.
Or on TV, you can't do certain jokes.
That was my thing with I'm is that the stance I took is that as a black performer, I really have no language barriers. I can say pretty much what I want.
Sure.
And so for anybody black not to defend somebody who talks for a living when they eventually they will come after me and say I can't say what I feel like saying, and I don't even know how to not do that. You know, I don't know how to not do it, so I'll be in trouble.
But as far as black people not fighting to repress language, Jackson, Sharpton, somebody who actually works very high up at CBS, that stupid Whoopi Goldberg, Al Roker, Snoop, they all went after him, all talk for a living, and they all wanted him removed for saying something they knew he said in humor. And none of them call out a guy like Jesse for saying something he means. Like no one calls him out. Saying something under your breath is who you really are.
Right.
When you're caught on a microphone saying something, that's the way you feel.
And it boils down to double standard. I'll do it. I'll take it. I'll say it. It is what it is. But black people get to deal with double standard. We had to deal with double standard in terms of breathing. What are you talking about?
Okay, true. It is what it is.
If white people could make us breathe different air, you would. It's like, you can't say, shut up. Shut your face. It is a double standard.
It is, but I don't want to be affected by it because it can cost me everything, and that's what makes me sick. I don't care about it as an overall thing. I don't want it to cost me my job.
Yeah, let's go to Phil in New York. Phil?
How's it going, O&A?
Phil Connors? What do you got, Phil?
Well, it's just like, take if you saw like John McCain at his home and you heard something like, oh, John McCain hates Americans. Like Jesse Jackson has a public image that he's trying to portray, and he just went completely against it.
Well, look at all the crap Dog the Bounty Hunter got for a private conversation. Look at Charlie Sheen had to come out and Dog the Bounty Hunter was fired for saying unpopular things on a phone message with his son. And I know that was an angry thing, but privacy is not always kept private. It's fraudulent. It's more than just an inconvenient double standard.
I'm going to give you something too that white people don't have that black people do have. And again, I don't have an argument for why it's right or wrong. Black people have a black thing. Like, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, we hear it's huge.
I hear you have a black thing, man. It's just like that. Black people will listen to that and go, I get it. And white people will be too afraid to attack it on the level of what it is, where black people go, we do that. But white people don't have a thing that, white people do. But that's a human thing to talk trash about somebody behind their back.
Yeah, it might be a human thing, but that doesn't mean it's right. And
I didn't say it was right.
But it's fine that he did it. I have no problem with Jesse Jackson saying that, and I really don't think he should have gotten in trouble for it. I just want him to shut his mouth when it comes to somebody else saying something. That's it.
There you go.
Don't ask him
Yeah,
for
now he really doesn't have a leg to stand on.
That's all I'm saying. But it doesn't matter. He didn't have a leg to stand on after Hymietown. People let it go.
He said it was taken out of context.
He said, I only meant Jews. People are like, oh, okay.
Listen, we got to change gears. We can go back to this in a minute or two, but we got Amy Sutherland on our phone lines.
She's a tough cookie, this one.
Oh, absolutely. She wrote a book.
Look out, guys. Look out, guys.
She wrote a book that that piqued our interest, how to train men.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk to Amy Sutherland. Amy.
Hi.
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
The name of the book, once again?
Is What Shamu Taught Me About Life, Love, and Marriage.
Shamu, now, of course, you mean the killer whale.
That's right.
Down there at SeaWorld.
That's right.
Well, you're a tough cookie, Amy. What's going on with this book? Seems like you're really taking men to task.
Well, the thing is that I wish I was a tough cookie. I've always tried to be a tough cookie, but in fact, if I was using, the way the trainers work now are all with rewards, and they're like they're fuzzy and warm and nice.
Mm-hmm.
They're the old school trainers.
Sure.
And I'm a new school trainer. So.
Ugh. That's hilarious. It's, again, automatically, I'm going to tell you what the flaw is in thinking. You don't want to be the controller. That's the thing. Women don't want to win. You want a winner. You don't want to rule the nest. That's why you've never met a happy woman boss, because you don't want to be there. You're angry about being a boss. You want a boss. You want your man to be the leader. Do you understand? This is why it's already flawed on a prehistoric level. Why would you don't want to run your husband? Do you know why running your husband is not sexy? Because you don't want to be there doing it. That's why it never works for a woman to run things, because you don't want to. You look at your husband like, ugh, look at this bum letting me run his life. Phooey. You just have a loser for a man.
Well, but see, that's the thing, is that this isn't about controlling. This isn't about...
No? Oh, yeah, okay, animal training, but you go ahead.
No, you're doing an animal training thing. It says reward behavior you want, ignore the behavior you don't want.
I want to hear how this works, though.
Yeah.
I really...
Well, but that means, the first thing you should know is that the way this works, the way trainers work now, is they don't use punishment. They only use it, say, if the Shamu is attacking. Actually, they don't even use it in that case either. But... So what you do is lay off the punishment, which means that you lay off things like nagging. So,
but that's not your. See, you gotta understand. Nagging is what you do, right?
Yeah, but nagging doesn't work.
But you're being, and I'm not angry. I'm like, this is passionate things for me. I love talking about this stuff, but immediately it's a man's fault for letting you think that your nagging would bother him. I dismiss my woman when she nags. Dismiss her. Because the only power she has in her nagging is the power I give her. It means nothing. Even her jealousy means nothing unless I tell it to mean something. If she's jealous, I let her know that the reason that it's working, her jealousy is working, is because I'm allowing it to work. Is that the fact that I'm giving it some validation because I love her, and I go, look, I'll let you be jealous. I'll explain who this girl was. I'll explain what I was doing last night. But if all I have to do is go, shut up, what are you gonna do ultimately? See, ultimately, I can sock you through a wall. Ultimately, you can't do nothing.
See, you're actually doing animal training.
Of course! Because I'm the one that should be training you.
Yeah, you know how it works.
It's like the tuna is running the ocean. Tunas don't want to run the ocean. Sharks run the ocean. That's how the ecosystem works.
Bravo to Patrice. Yeah, we should be doing the training, you shouldn't be training us.
Well, but that's what it's already going on. People are out there training each other.
You got a boyfriend.
People are better than others at it.
You got a boyfriend.
Pardon me? I have a husband.
You got to talk sexy, baby.
Where is this guy? Is he on your book tour with you?
Am I what? Is he what? I'm sorry, I didn't understand you. What?
Go ahead.
Where's the guy?
He's out walking the dog.
No.
So what are you suggesting with this book? Why don't you give us a few examples?
Well, basically, what he was just talking about is that if there's a behavior you don't want, one of the best things you can do is ignore it, which is how, exotic animal trainers work. If they don't want the animal to do something that it's doing, then they don't reinforce it in any way, which is what you were saying.
But, Miss, let me ask you,
and it's not happening.
Miss, respectfully, let me ask you, don't you think, let's say you're in a relationship and you find that it's not going the way you want it to, and you want to train a person, don't you feel that if the training isn't going where it should be, isn't that not going to, ultimately not reinforce something because of what was once said, but not yesterday? You understand?
Not I'm not sure I totally understand, but I think what you're saying is that timing's important.
No, that's not at all.
Listen, yeah.
What I'm saying is, in the relationship, if you're attempting to train somebody, is it possible that the training would be dragged out the wrong way, and all of a sudden they're going, well, if I'm going to be trained, well, then who's not to train me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, the thing is that, what I wrote about can really, it's not gender specific.
Right, but that's missing my point completely.
Yeah.
That's missing because I'm saying it is gender specific. Do you feel that to train somebody, it should be a reverse situation as well?
Ideally, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's where we disagree.
But the thing is that, see, you're thinking of training is just that it decides who's in control.
But that's not what was said, though, because that's not what we're trying to make the point. It's about gender specificness.
It's about...
No.
It's just about communicating. You're talking about your idea of training. What I wrote about is how you can use your behavior to communicate what you want.
Yeah, but Patrice... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. You talk. I didn't mean to. I apologize.
It's essentially how... Using the ideas that exotic animal trainers use to get animals, to teach animals what they want them to do without using any kind of language, any kind of English. This is use these sort of ideas to sort of teach each other with our behavior what we like and what we don't like.
You filthy slob.
What?
What?
So the book is titled "What Bob Kelly Taught Me About Life, Love, and Marriage."
Patrice was raising some good issues, though, Miss, about the training. I mean, do you agree or disagree? Because Patrice is.
But the control thing, though, Miss, you are trying to control, though. That's the thing. If you're trying to train something, you're trying to control. You're not trying to train a guy for equalness or happiness. You're trying to train him for your happiness.
But see, that's all old school kind of training.
Right.
That's not the way trainers work now.
But if you train a dog, you're not training a dog to be your best buddy and on an equal level. You're training them to do what you need him to do when you need him to do it. That's what training is.
Yeah, but I mean, when you communicate to somebody what you would like them to do, is that taking control of them?
Yeah, if communication is not enough where you go, hey, can you do this? And he goes, yes. Then training is when you say, can you do this? And they go, no. And then you have to figure out ways to get them to say yes and make your life better.
So basically you're saying people should never change each other's behavior ever.
No, this should be a leader of the relationship.
Yeah, or just get a divorce and find a new one. That might be more compatible.
The way in your world, the leader says what goes, and that's
absolutely. That's what happens in the army. Do the soldiers tell the general what they think? No, they just do it, and that's what makes the army or the navy or the Marines what it is because there's a leader of the situation.
Or the Air Force.
Or the Air Force.
Well, I mean, I don't know. We're talking two parallel universes. I mean,
not really. Relationships are the same thing as the Army and the Navy. It's just like attention. Somebody has a actual place where they want you to be. That's the thing. See, right. There's a goal to what you're trying to do, and what's that goal?
The goal is to communicate what you want to somebody.
Yeah.
So that you get along better.
So that you're happier, correct?
Right, so that you're not yelling and nagging and, scrapping and fighting, and that's what a lot of couples end up doing.
But it trickles...
It doesn't matter who's in charge. If people aren't unhappy, there's...
It does matter who's in charge, so why isn't your husband in charge? You're in charge of him.
No, I would disagree.
So what are you, equal?
You've trained him, though.
Yeah, he's trained.
By you training him...
the thing is that what I'm trying to say is that I haven't trained him, and I haven't taken control of my marriage. All I'm doing is using these ideas to communicate to my husband what I would like him to do. Whether he does it or not is ultimately his decision.
No, it's not.
Can I ask a question, please? Because there's something I want to take issue with you. Maybe you're saying you're not trying to, but it says one of your lessons, keep your cool. Don't take an animal's actions personally, not even when the animal has left his smelly bike clothes on the bathroom floor or snapped at you for nagging to get a hearing test. I mean, don't you think that, like, with talk like that, when you're discussing training, that it's always going to come back to not necessarily bite the trainer, but also it just kind of it circles everybody, whether you train them or if it's not going to happen.
Yep.
I didn't follow that.
Right, no, of course not, because it's hurting your point. I'm saying is, don't you feel that if you're going to train somebody, that it's going to come full circle and not always bite the person being trained, but also anybody who else is involved because of that?
And how so? How does
right, exactly.
The person?
That's what I'm trying to say.
How does it bite the person?
Because that's not what we're doing here.
Yeah, there were things going on. You got issues, sweetheart.
See, the thing is that, we're going to, as long as you see this only as who's in control, we have nothing to talk about.
Ooh, nobody to scream at me.
Yes. Are you suggesting we raise a generation of super husbands?
I really have nothing to say about whether husbands are in charge or not, because that's got nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
See, but here's the bottom line. If you are suggesting, and you have a book on how to train your husband.
It's not a book about how to train husbands.
Oh, what is it
then?
then?
It's about how to communicate what you want to all the people in your life using these ideas that I found.
Opie, what's wrong?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just about husbands to begin with. And, it's not what you guys are saying it is. You're just reading the title and deciding what you think the book's about.
Well, we're going by the synopsis too, like what Shamu taught me. It's like a title does tell you what the book's about. That's why we have titles.
Yeah.
Because you don't want it just to be book number 15721. The title has to tell you what it's about. Like, I had a girlfriend one time, and, she wasn't as pretty as she thought. She was kind of a thin-haired girl with, kind of chiclet teeth and big gums, aggravating, and was always trying to boss me around. And I finally had to go, you know what? What the hey?
So would you rather be bossed around, or would you like to have somebody be, say thank you and smile at you when you did things they liked?
I would like it to be a partnership with my girlfriend, because she was always a good dresser. She'd have sweaters and little red shirts and just massive gums and little teeny teeth. Ah! What's the matter?
I just saw a picture of Amy.
Whoa. Comment. That was
my fever's back. Feeling hot.
I don't think that's necessary. I apologize for that. I think we should. There's this, Amy. Look.
Hang the phone up, you skank.
No, listen. We don't need that.
Oh, dice.
What I want to do is discuss the issue.
Oh,
Hello?
I just heard a click. oh, Jesus.
Hello? Amy?
Oh, you won't be,
Hello?
You won't see her, no more.
I'm trying to hang up.
You won't see her no more.
Oh, yeah, it stopped her.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, well. Will she come back on?
Now what?
Can we get her back on if we say we're sorry? Let's say we're sorry. What's wrong, E-Rock? What's wrong?
E-Rock, comment?
E-Rock?
Is it a bit awkward? Patrice? It's very... You're at a loss for words? That's what it takes?
That was just uncomfortable. Oh my God. Oh, boy.
All right.
Is that the new iPhone?
Oh, yeah.
The new one?
No, it's the old one. I didn't get the new one. I did the update, the 2.0.
That's terrific.
And it gives me everything except the GPS, and I know where the hell I am, so why do I need that?
Sure.
Opie and Anthony.
We're retarded.
To the finish line today. Opie and Anthony, Patrice O'Neill, Jim Norton, of course. Jimmy and Patrice both playing the Virus show August 2nd, PNC Bank Arts Center, Homedale, New Jersey. Getting very excited now that we're, I think, 10 days out. My God, it's here.
I'm really looking forward to this one. I'm glad we got Babiglia, Geraldo on, as well as, of course, the great Otto and George and Voss and Bobby Kelly. Me and Patrice, and a special guest.
And giving away a car. Details on onaradio.com.
My idea was still the best, and nobody liked it.
Yeah.
About giving the car away.
What's that?
You set it on fire, and then you have somebody just drive it off the stage, and it just collapses into the front row.
I can't stop thinking of that.
It would be such a non-climax because it wouldn't jump anything.
No. Slowly falling off the stage in the front, and still, the wheels whining, and just people pinned under the front bumper.
Yeah, to their legs getting
screaming, burned.
We're all laughing.
Fantastic.
Patrice, you looking forward to the show this year? This is the third year for you, man.
I can't wait.
All right. That was exciting. Danny's got an email from Amy. Who was Amy again?
She wrote a book.
The
author.
Yeah, Danny.
What's up, Danny? You got a fine little email from Amy? You set up that interview?
I'm sorry?
You set that up?
Yeah.
Good job.
Nice.
Excellent.
Record time from hang up to email, I think, is a brand new record. I'd like to read this for you if you'd like.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Email reads, hey.
Did it say thanks for the interview? Sorry.
Yeah, thanks for the airtime.
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
it says,
Ungrateful.
hey, next time you want a punching bag for your program, call another author.
Why? She was a great one.
Yeah, she was the Chuck Webner of authors. Why would you want to fight someone else when you could fight Chuck Webner?
It continues.
Sorry.
I made a big mistake trusting that this was a legit interview.
Yes, you did. Okay, good.
Not one where someone would make fun of what I look like and call me a skank.
How about you Google? Do a little Googling.
Well, see, the genius of me is that I never actually told her what show it was. So I wouldn't have the opportunity.
Yeah.
Nice.
Blah, 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 blah. Not someone who would make fun of what I look like and call me a skank. That was by far the worst treatment I've ever gotten.
Hey, congratulations, guys.
Wow.
hope so.
On this show.
You imagine if this was like the third or fourth worst?
Yeah.
Yes.
We'd have to try harder,
She had emailed me some press materials last night and also had asked if I could get back to her, letting her know who she'd be speaking with, and I subsequently just forgot to write back. So,
can we go back to that moment? You got it, E-Rock? All right, we're going to go back to that moment in a second here.
I did respond, and I told her that
we should get her back on the phone so we can apologize.
Tell her you should tell her the guy that did that was asked to leave the
I did.
studio.
I let her know that we had a comic guest who was trying a little too hard for shock value, and we would like to handle this appropriately.
Mm-hmm. And
what happened, Danny?
And
What'd she
hopefully
say?
she'll call the hotline.
I wouldn't count on it.
Yeah.
We got it, E-Rock? Yeah. All right, here's the moment. Amy, who wrote that relationship book that really frustrated Patrice, for sure. It was dumb, right?
He just smashed her. He just schooled her.
So would you rather be bossed around, or would you like to have somebody be, say thank you and smile at you when you did things they liked?
I would like it to be a partnership with my girlfriend because she was always a good dresser. She'd have sweaters and little red shirts and just massive gums and little teeny teeth. Ah! What's the matter?
I just saw a picture of Amy.
Oof. Comment? I don't think that's necessary. I apologize for that. I think we should. There's this, Amy, look.
Hang the phone up, you skank.
No, well, listen, we don't need that.
Oh, guys.
What I want to do is discuss the... Hello?
I just heard it, and there was the click. Oh, Jesus.
Hello? Nice, Amy.
Oh, you won't be,
Hello?
You won't see her no more.
We're back live. The beauty of that audio, by the way, Jimmy was describing not his ex-girlfriend. He was describing Amy.
No, there's a picture of her up.
Yeah, there was a picture of her up, and Jimmy was describing what she looked like to her.
She's a gummy bitch.
But she had no idea.
Nice gums, stupid. God,
the gums actually look like gum. It looks like she had taken Hubba Bubba and fashioned gums from them.
I actually want to put a K-Rock sign on those gums. Have them stand on the turnpike. Nice gums, hole.
Gums look like gum. Oh, that poor man she's with.
Well, hopefully she'll call back and we'll apologize.
Yes. Is this the thin-lipped, gummy woman? She's just chock full of gums. Lonely man seeks woman with large protruding gums for emasculation.
With that nice, easy to care for hairdo.
Yeah.
For emasculation. If you like pina colada.
Yeah. She has hair like Sandy Duncan and just that stupid, there's no place on her face without a few crow's feet.
Oh, those crow's feet.
Crow's feet, crow's knees.
It's a flock of crow's feet.
Crow's been stomping.
Just crow's legs.
I believe it's called a murder. A murder of crows.
Her face is a crow shoe store.
Like the crows were just stomping all over her face.
A little crow podiatry shop. All over her face.
You're not supposed to have crow feet on your cheeks.
She has them on her cheeks. She has them by her eyes, under her eyes, on her forehead.
The crow podiatrist.
Oh, yeah. She's just crowy.
She really is crow. There's no... I could see if she was... like model pretty to be writing a book like this, but when you look like that, just
but model pretty wouldn't even need to even discuss that book.
Right, she should be thankful for whatever she's got.
She looks like she has dry gums.
Only
like when her lip goes over her gum, it goes.
It's
like
sticks.
Yeah, because there's no saliva.
Yeah, only a woman that looks like that could think about writing that book.
She's smiling, and look how dry those gums are. That's why she saw Shamu, so he would splash water onto her gums. She sat in the front row and just left her gums there for Shamu to splash.
She won in high school. She was voted girl most likely to have rainbow gums. How many colors are her gums?
Because they're so dry.
They're like light pink with they're dark, and there's a streak across them like Saturn.
She's the only one that needs chapstick for her gums.
It looks like put in Halloween teeth. Like.
All right, she should be calling any moment. So, right, Danny? Any moment?
Oh, God.
Put in Halloween.
We're men here. We'll apologize.
Oh, she's hiding the fangs. A gummy whore with a rotten little zit by her her little puppet lines in her face.
That is absolutely. Is that what did Patrice mention? Alien? Does she looks like those should just come out of her mouth.
The little mouth. The little alien.
Those are the little teeth that should come out and bite your heart out.
Oh, the little alien teeth that come out the big mouth.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That poor woman. I feel bad. That
I don't.
Poor woman.
No. I don't. Please, no one said
given her enough.
She should frown in that picture. You don't show gums like that and write a book doing anything but apologizing.
Wow.
Get a husband on the phone. Does he have his own cell phone?
That poor bastard.
He's an oral surgeon. He looked at her like she's his thesis. I can shrink this woman's gums. They'll put me in head of the department.
Sam, all this on you Quincy.
Sam, her gums were pulled down like a window shade.
Oh my God.
Oh, that red shirt and that horrible sky blue and orange sweater. Oh, she's
looks like she's wearing a Christmas sweater.
It's just horrendous. There's a picture of her with her 2 dogs.
Big earrings.
Oh, she bugs me.
She's holding a dog.
I don't feel bad just because of the type of book she wrote. I mean, you know what I mean? That's the problem. The fact that she has hair like Kelly from the Bad News Bears. She should be smoking and belting a double off the wall.
or Jodie Foster from Taxi Driver, or Sugar from No Country for Old Men. Fix those gums, friendo.
She's got like little buck teeth in her smile.
Yeah, even when she's smiling and she's trying to hide the gums, she gets this buck tooth thing going.
Oh, her completely awful sweater and wrinkled shirt collar. She really bothers me. Those dumb dogs. Look at the look on the dog's face. They just hate her. I bet she has dogs. They lick her gums. She puts peanut butter on her gums. And the dog's
one dog's going this way, the other one's going that way.
Exactly.
She's like, I don't know what's happening there.
Yeah, she's got to moisturize her gums with dog saliva.
She's very religious. There's a thing called footprints. There was times where I saw only one set of prints on your gums.
Oh my God.
Why, crows, did you abandon me?
I guarantee you this will make at least 20,000 more people buy her book just to read it.
Of course.
Trash it.
Just to see a picture in the...
we got audio of her on YouTube. Should we?
What is she doing here?
Get some of this audio.
Oh, she's
maybe
got the sweater
show.
vest. Oh, she's
She
terrible.
looks a little younger. She looks a little. Her hair is a little longer.
Wearing Ellen's clothes. She's
Very manly clothing and
Billie Jean Hathaway.
Miss Hathaway.
Yeah.
I want you to go down to the Clampets. Well, I don't know, Chief. That dyke. Oh, my God, was she a dyke?
Miss Martina Nacho to Hathaway.
Wow.
Oh, she's
right, hey.
got wet hair.
We got time to do one more thing. We could either do the top 10 artists who aren't in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, something we talk about from time to time,
Interesting.
or we got a P. Diddy video blog, where he's getting deep.
Now to spend 20 more minutes on her gums.
Yeah.
all I want to do is look at footage of her and be happy that we humiliated her. She's still talking about it right now. I can't believe it.
She knows it's true. That's the problem. That's why it hurts so
I
much.
should have a Bazooka Joe comic wrapped around them.
Oh, Jesus.
Every time she smiles and 10 baseball cards fall out from under her lip.
I want to press her gums on the Sunday paper.
Old silly putty gums.
Yeah, right.
Look, she's got Marmaduke on her gums, mother.
You could stretch it and pull it.
Yeah, look.
Baseball cards.
Let's read the Kathy cartoon off her.
Oh.
I have the Longhorns on my gums.
Oh, my God.
She is terrible.
Oh, that lady. Leave that lady alone. Oh, my God.
Let's see what P. Diddy's saying today. He does a video blog. And we'll continue with the Amy abuse, no problem. We'll do a little of both here. P. Diddy does a video blog, and he was jogging. Came in from a run, and he had some good things to say.
Good.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy, fresh off a run, fresh off a good hour and a half workout. Check this out. I'm on the treadmill today. Just something I want to share with y'all. I'm on the treadmill today, and, you know, usually when I'm on the treadmill, I'm thinking, like, you know, about all my different problems that I have going on, how I'm going to solve them. You know, I'm reflecting on,
what songs you can rip off and change?
Yeah, no
what problems do you have?
He's worth what, $100 million or something?
More than that. She's probably worth about half that.
Problems.
What problems could you possibly have?
What problems?
You know, I'm reflecting on, what are the obstacles and the mountains I gotta overcome and climb, and, I'm just trying to make my list of...
You already climbed over the
really
one mountain,
all the things
Biggie's
wrong,
body.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right to fame and fortune. Sorry.
He probably realized he has no more reel-to-reels of Biggie's stuff.
Yeah.
That Biggie never recorded.
Really all the things wrong, But today when I was on the treadmill, as I'm doing that, I'm running. And all of a sudden, I start to really hear me running. I actually catch myself hearing myself breathe and run. Then I look down and I realize that I'm running. I'm actually running. And I actually.
So that's his, like, Jane, stop this crazy thing.
Oh, that's genius. I wish I had thought of that. God damn. I'm like, yo, Jane.
He's like, stop this crazy thing.
Crazy thing, man.
I actually have 10 fingers and 10 toes, and I can see.
What the hell is wrong with him?
Is Diddy okay?
That right there is a miracle that, I myself, I take for granted.
Oh, they call him Z Diddy.
It's not a miracle.
But you know what? He's describing is surrealness is where he's not getting to. He just can't explain. He's explaining it as he's feeling it, but it's just he's having some weird, surreal.
He didn't explain anything.
But he's happy. But I understand what he's saying. And I'm looking down when you just go, wow.
Like you're on the treadmill.
Like he's on acid or something.
You breathe, and then you start looking at and really getting into life itself, and like, wow, my muscles are making me move, and I'm breathing, and I'm doing this. But his description of it comes off like a blithering idiot.
And on the treadmill, how about I looked down and I realized I had 10 fingers, and 5 of them were dug into each of J-Lo's ass cheeks. That would be a time to make that revelation. And my face and nose.
Yo, James. Damn, man. Yo, James, stop this crazy thing.
Well,
you guys to stop this crazy thing.
We got more to the puzzle. Did he understands that some won't get what he's talking about? So let's.
Oh,
yeah, okay.
So whether it's running or seeing your children or that first breath you take in the morning or having that great woman and that great man, a great mother alive and beside you.
First breath you take in the morning is at 12
it's a lot of things
and 1
that
second.
we all take for
Your
granted.
mouth stinks.
Even your boy. And I just wanted to come and check in with y'all and tell you I just got finished running. You know?
He's on
I
a
just got
runner's
finished
high.
breathing. You know, I'm alive. And I could run.
There's 40 hoes who are.
Some of y'all ain't gonna get this. Some of y'all gonna be hating on the blogs. It's all good. It really wasn't for y'all to get, but
see, it's too deep
the ones
for us.
that
We
you
get
know,
it. We hate it. Childlike observations. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and a mouth and a nose. Shut up!
You know, I got to tell you.
Puffy here's a who.
I got to tell you, I was on a bus. I was on a bus today, and I noticed I was just looking around, getting from one place to another, and I noticed the wheels on the bus, they go round and round. Round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round. Some of y'all ain't gonna get this.
We got it. Unfortunately, those 10 fingers decided to hit record when that video came.
you know,
the last part.
Get it, or need to get it. Take it. There it is. Let me go back to running.
And then he runs off camera.
He runs off camera.
He's got more running to do.
Unfortunately, somebody didn't take the tape out and smash it.
He had an epiphany.
I want to put your hat on your head and smash it with a bat, but
that is kind of funny. Epiphany.
Do you know what he needs, though? He needs people in his life who like him enough as friends
to say thing.
and who aren't afraid to be ostracized. If I put that out and I showed that to the amount of teasing I would take from my friends. No one's teasing him then.
I'm just going like, yeah, I was running.
Dig it.
On my 10 fingers. I got 10 fingers, 10 toes. You're a human. Wow.
Yeah.
Revelation.
That first breath you take when you realize you're in the Hamptons in a 30,000 square foot home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Worth $100 million.
That must be nice.
When I was
for a summer home.
The gas pedal of my Phantom.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, 10 toes is driving this $400,000 car. Dig that.
You miss Biggie? I miss Biggie.
He's been dead 11
long
years
time,
now, man.
right?
It's a long time.
His stuff is still
yes, sir.
Good to listen to, man.
I didn't know him.
Oh my God, his stuff's amazing.
I'll listen to him if he's on the radio, but
P. Diddy was like,
he didn't fall into
his second fiddle guy. It's just
Biggie didn't fall into a genre, man. His music is still timeless. You could throw it on and it just kind of works today, right?
Oh
yeah.
Why can't he say breakfast correctly, Anthony?
I just assumed he said breakfast.
Breakfast?
Why?
What's the matter with you?
All right. We're getting out of here.
Terrible, you're right.
Did I say breakfast?
I know.
We got a we got a quickie from David Caruso. He's doing it again on CSI.
Is he?
We've left him alone for a while, but he's got a brand new one. Listen to this.
I think he was dead before he met that propeller.
I think somebody dumped him.
Poor guy, just thrown away like garbage. Who would do that?
Somebody who has no regard for life.
Never gets old.
That is
never
what
gets
does that
old.
even mean? Somebody who has no regard for life.
Yes, there's nothing profound about that.
He's
awful.
You just
What happened to him?
He was good in the first season of NYPD Blue. He does an awful remake of Kiss of Death in the mid-'90s. He just stinks now.
He had didn't he have a couple of decent movies?
Not really.
Sit and watch, did he?
Not really.
I'm not talking great movies, but those crime movies where you just sit and watch them and they're kind of cool.
All right, name them. That's it. Nothing else.
What was the Samuel
That awful
Jackson
Jade?
Kiss of Death.
Was Jade bad?
But Jade, Kiss of the Jade Woman, or Jade the...
Oh! Jade. What was the one? What was the one where it was the cop, the Irish cop?
Godfather. He was McCluskey.
And, how's your Italian food here?
Yeah.
It's good. When it leaks out your throat, I'll tell you. Dummy. Stupid
Try the deal.
McCluskey.
Stops a bullet better than anything in the city.
Hey, why don't you just drink some of this radiator leak repair?
Want some fixer flat for your throat, idiot?
What a dope. Hey, speaking of movies really fast, because we really have to leave, but you had a great observation about the new, was it De Niro and Pacino?
De Niro and Pacino.
They're going to be doing a new movie, guys. Listen to this one.
In a new movie. They play two cops in search of a serial killer. Yeah. It's a great original idea for these two.
Too bad they don't play two cops in search of a script that doesn't suck. I can't wait to see Bobby D promoting this one. And that the fact that we're playing two cops, can you think of two guys who should play cops less?
God damn, Jimmy's De Niro.
He should never talk, not in a movie. With his glasses.
There he is. He's terrible.
But then again, maybe you should ask Scarface.
Thank you.
It was fun working with you.
Just yells now.
Let's get the
I don't know how to whisper anymore. I just scream.
Well, working with Bob, he's always a treat.
I'm wearing Emilio Estevez's wig for 10 years.
Let's get the plugs in. Patrice, where are you going to be? Anywhere?
August 6th, 7th, 8th in San Francisco at the San Francisco Punchline.
Punchline, great club.
Yeah,
I say it every time it
You
comes
should do
up.
Cobb's, man. You can sell out Cobb's.
Punchline. I'm loyal to Punchline.
That's a good joint. And
Same
then
people own it.
And Patrice is going to be part of the Virus Show this year, August 2nd, PNC Bank Arts Center, our comedy show, with all the comedians you know and love from the show. Tickets going fast through Ticketmaster, Ticketmaster.com. Virus Tour on MySpace if you want the latest info on the tour. All right? We're off to XM. You guys have a great. Here we are, XM Satellite Radio. We got myself, Jim Norton, Patrice O'Neill, and I do believe Anthony is making a duty. Actually, he's been in there a while, so he's making one hell of a mess in the stall down the hall. Right? Is that where he is?
Yeah, he's in the bathroom.
All right. Hey, we got a great observation from Michael S. in Sharon, Massachusetts to start off the XM portion of the show. We had that author on, Amy. What's the name of the book again, Jimmy? How to Train Your Husband Like Shamu's Trained by Trainers Down at SeaWorld?
Yeah.
It's what Shamu taught me about life, love, and marriage.
And we gave her a great beating. And her whole thing is to reward good behavior and ignore bad behavior. And we missed the obvious, but Michael S. caught it. He goes, when Amy hung up on you, she completely violated what she was preaching. She punished you guys. Her ideas are to reward only good and ignore bad. Ignoring and hanging up is not the same thing. So she went against her entire concept for this book that she wrote. All right.
Oh, God. I'm literally... I'm reading...
Nothing says boring than making a point and then looking around the room and watching Patrice eat and you proofread something.
I'm looking at... I'm not proofreading. I'm reading Randy Couture's bio.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking of... I only proofread on breaks. I'm thinking of... I thought you were talking to a listener for some reason. I thought you were addressing a guy.
Look, it wasn't going to set the world on fire, I understand, but maybe some acknowledgement that I actually spoke would be nice.
I just thought you were...
You're right about that, man.
Right. And also, Jimmy, fuck you.
Why?
Powder.
For that little gag you pull with the listeners every morning.
Why? I thought they were terrific. I thought you'd love to talk to them.
I left CBS and I have like 2 eager fans just staring at me, waving like this. And I go, what the fuck is this? And all of a sudden I get outside and they go, Jimmy told us to wait for you. Oh, and then I had to hear about Worcester the whole time. Blah, 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 blah,
That
blah.
old gag.
And then we started listening to at AF, but then I moved down to Jersey, but I still stayed up in Worcester, and Worcester's a great place, blah, 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 but now I live down here because we're going to get married, and blah, 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 blah. I go, thank you, Jimmy. Thank you.
I didn't mean it. That's a nice.
It was a good gag, man.
It's whoever gets out of there first usually can usher off the people that are waiting to the poor last bastard that leaves.
Oh, believe it, I ran out of there.
Absolutely. All right, we got the baby powder for Sam's hair? In honor of Estelle Getty dying at the age of 84 from the Golden Girls?
Yeah, and she had that big, puffy, cotton candy-ish old lady afro.
Yeah.
You know those white afros old ladies have? 'Cause they don't know what to do with that gnarly gray hair. So I just think a little baby powder kind of tapped into...
Could you put a sheet or something around him? Because I want it to look like it's white hair.
Look old.
Who's going to apply the baby powder to Sam's head?
I'll administer.
All right, Danny?
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
Let me get your mic on there, Sammy.
Thank you.
Young Sammy.
Young Sammy.
Were you making a duty?
I was in there, but my stomach was a little grrr.
Was it squeezing out like toothpaste?
No.
What kind of consistency?
Actually, consistency wasn't bad.
Nice.
It was just a little like.
It was like soft serve ice cream, like where it starts to pile up in the bowl.
A little painful in the stomach.
Really?
Yeah, I think because of the Gatorade and Robitussin and
all that.
All the other crap I've been taking.
You go to the doctor. Just make sure you're okay.
Yeah, let's get to the doctor.
Get a blood test.
Oh,
In your ass.
stop
your
with your
balls squeezed,
blood
your
test.
cock tugged.
You ever have a pencil thin shit? What's that
Yes.
about?
It's fun.
What is it?
It's just for fun.
Yeah,
Is there boulders in there that are
There's
getting in the way, and then you can only like squeeze out pencil thin shits for a while? And
It's the gunk on the side of your colon.
Huh?
The gunk on the side of your colon.
No, then it would permanently come out like that.
No. It's old doodle that didn't come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's squeezing through just like almost...
Yeah, but wouldn't every crap now be the same pencil thin?
You ever see toothpaste when sometimes at the top it just...
Oh, yeah.
Some old toothpaste and then the toothpaste comes out thin?
Yeah.
That's what's going on in your colon.
And then eventually it goes and pops
Eventually,
out.
Well, then you gotta...
something will push it out, but...
Well, then you gotta give birth to the golf ball. where you're convinced that you're getting a lot accomplished, and you look in the bowl and it's like a golf ball sized piece of crap, and then everything starts flowing again. It's like, thank you.
And there's
finally
milk duds.
Have you ever been constipated and had diarrhea at the same time? Like,
How is that possible?
No.
where it's just one will go pew, and then someone go ah, and then someone go pew.
Damn.
Yeah. All right, why don't we put baby powder on Sam's head? And then we're going to move on. We got Randy Couture coming in today.
Is
again.
he here? Yeah, he's promoting a book.
Becoming the Natural, My Life in and Out of the Cage. This guy is the real deal. And he's going to be fighting who, Jimmy? He's going to be fighting, what's his...
Fedor,
right?
Emelianenko said that Couture is the guy he wants to fight. And I don't
could you
understand why you'd get in the ring with Fedor.
Yeah,
Couture's
just don't.
a brave dude, man.
Don't do it.
Fedor's an
I
animal.
like Couture, and I think he's tough, but Fedor could be the baddest dude on the planet.
Did you see the fight over the weekend there, Patrice?
You see the
What,
Sylvia?
when he dispatched of that giant
30
silver?
seconds.
Sylvia's a great fighter, man. He's a fucking champion.
Fedor is the baddest dude, and he looks like you could take him because he's like a fat man.
He doesn't look like...
He's like a chubby,
Yeah, I know. He's only
blocky guy.
He's only like 6 foot or something like
6
that.
foot 230, and he's
But
which is
Silva's
not big.
what was 6'8"?
6'8", 263.
Jesus. Yeah, he 30 seconds that fight lasted. It's on YouTube if you want to check it out.
And
It's
he
really
didn't
good.
just trip him up. He fucking beat Tim Sylvia to the ground. Like, he beat him to the ground.
I have a problem with Affliction doing their matches in a boxing ring. It's so much cooler in that octagon fenced-in thing,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, I'll watch a good 36-second punching anywhere.
Oh yeah,
but
of course.
I agree
of
with you.
course. But it's just the show. that the UFC puts on is just amazing.
Fedor, man.
Yeah.
Just a dead face. Nothing faces. He doesn't even look mad. It looks like, sorry, I got to do this to you.
He's like a really portly Ivan Drago.
Yeah. Ivan Drago.
Oh, he's just a machine.
I must break you.
Like Eastern Promises, just walking around.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
Up. Let's go to Matt in his truck. Matt, what's up?
Yeah, I just had a comment about that lady trainer.
Amy?
I thought that the lady trainer.
Yeah.
Shamu trainer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it sounded like a pretty good idea to me. The way I took it meant, when I do the dishes, I get a blowjob. But when I come home from the strip club at 3 o'clock in the morning stinking, my wife just shuts the hell up and doesn't say anything about it.
And you're proud of this?
Well, no, I think that her technique sounds beneficial, let's say.
Really reward you with a twat? All right, good enough.
All right, Matt, thank you. I don't know if this would be of interest to anyone, but there was another guy that interviewed Amy, and he did it differently. He didn't challenge her on anything. This is Brian Lehrer from WNYC. You want to take a listen here? See how much different it is? Brian Lehrer.
I mean, people were always asked if I was surprised at how well that Colin did, how popular it became. And the thing is yes, I was surprised, but the original surprise was that the book about the animal training school, the previous book, would have such a personal effect on me. I mean, I'm a journalist. I just went to...
You're not an animal trainer.
Right. And I went to just hang out with this great subject of this top school for exotic animal trainers, and I left a year later personally transformed by that experience.
So, remind our listeners, or for those who haven't read...
Why is Rich Voss interviewing?
That is exactly what it sounds like.
Holy Jesus, I thought it was Voss. I'm like, what? How did Voss cross paths with this one?
Experience.
So, remind our listeners, or for those who haven't read your article, how did you first apply animal training techniques to your marriage?
Well, so I was following students at the top school for exotic animal trainers for my previous book, Kicked, Bitten, and Scratched, and so I was following them as they learned the principles and then as they applied them on actual animals, hyena, baboons, water buffaloes, you name it, they had everything. And it just really started to dawn on me that what they learned were these fundamental principles, behavioral principles, that they were applying to all species. So why wouldn't it work on the species Homo sapiens, and specifically American husband, mine at home? So, I just...
this guy has to, live.
How great is it that we attacked this cunt?
Absolutely.
The American husband, as I like to call them.
With her stupid big fucking teeth and her dry lips. I can't say my S's properly.
She's got big gums and little teeth, Jim.
Yeah, whatever she
guy
has.
been emasculated. He's still got to hang out with his co-workers and his friends and stuff.
He gave that up. He doesn't give a shit.
I just started trying to unravel some of our, or sort of solve some of our behavior problems between me and my husband using the way the animal trainers would think.
Some of our behavior,
no,
not once is she going to say, "Here's my fucking problem." Shut the fuck up.
Is there? Should we continue? There's one more clip.
Lion sack a cunt.
Should we continue or what?
Sure.
Give me one example.
Well, the prime example, the really prime example, the really sort of aha moment is that when animal trainers work with an animal and the animal does something they don't like, they will ignore it. Because the idea is that any attention can fuel that behavior you don't like. So they even have a term for it.
Jesus. We were all about bad behavior. You bitch.
Yeah. And that would work if it wasn't just all about instincts. You can't go when you're dealing with humans. You just can't think 100% instinctive. It has to be the person has to be involved.
We're reasonable, reasoning beings.
Even the great dog whisperer. What's his name? What's that guy's name?
Oh, that's right. You like that show.
Oh, he's the great dog whisperer. He goes, you study the species, then you study the dog, and then you study the animal itself. It's still some principles to it. She has no principles.
No.
She's like watching somebody train dogs and then just added the techniques to human beings. But And then she's lying about how this shit doesn't, like, she's not trying to run the relationship. She's a fucking asshole. Like, but I'm not even mad at her personally. All women are fucking that. They're assholes. They're all trying to do that. Sneaky bitches. Like, it's just stop. Stop.
Caesar Milan, by the way.
Caesar Milan. And guys who, like this guy that called in, she rewards me with it. That's what women, we have boiled ourselves down to just twat awards. Fuck out of here. Thank you for letting me stick my dick in there. Thanks. My fucking sex drive is disappearing by the hour. Bitch needs to control me with something else. It ain't no pussy no more, I'll tell you that much.
So they even have a term for it. They call it the least reinforcing scenario, because marine mammal trainers like to have names for everything.
Chapter 8 of your book, the least reinforcing scenario.
Yeah.
On a fire dryer.
Now it's Norm MacDonald.
So my husband loses things all the time, primarily his keys.
Unfortunately,
and his
not
wallet,
you.
and
Hopefully the brake cables to your fucking car. Fucking emasculating hole. Fucking plow into an embankment.
Loses things all the time. His penis and testicles.
Yeah.
It was in your purse, you fucking overbearing
he left
twat.
them at the altar. When I went off to fucking animal camp and had my asshole licked by a fucking chihuahua for 6 weeks.
Let's see how she handles the losing of the keys scenario with her husband. Ugh, she's a treat.
Yeah. So my husband loses things all the time, primarily his keys and his wallet. And when he does this, it would really, frustrate him, and there would be a lot of stomping around and heavy sighing and all that. And I had always tried to help, and if I didn't help, I would, offer suggestions of how this wouldn't happen in the future. But what the point was, I was always engaged.
You would rag him about it.
Yeah, exactly.
She would be like, well, if you kept him here, you wouldn't lose him. It's like, I would offer helpful hint. That's not a fucking helpful hint. Do you remember where you last had him?
Yeah, we want to be talked down to like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. That's it. Thanks for fucking pointing that out.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if you put a clip on it, or maybe if you left him in one spot all the time.
Yeah, but what the point was, I was always engaging. So this least reinforcing scenario, which I heard about at...
Holy shit, now I get an instant feedback that came in about an hour and a half ago. It's Carol Miller to the person I was asking. Holy shit. The interviewer sounds like Rich Voss. She sounds a lot like Carol Miller.
A little like Carol.
Because someone out of nowhere is like, who is that DJ that you guys worked with at NEW? I'm like, what does this have to do with anything? But it just finally hit me. Sorry.
The
point was, I was always engaging. So this least reinforcing scenario, which I heard about at SeaWorld, made me think, like, why not
that's where she should live.
One of those and not respond. And that's what I did the next time my husband was puffing over keys. And it's not that he didn't huff and puff, but it, ended so quickly.
Were you trying to get him to not lose his keys in his wallet, or to not be so upset about it?
To not be so upset about it. That's the trick. That's the point of it. Is that that's what I had picked. I mean, the man still loses his keys.
And who is this fucking cocksucker who gives a shit?
As a badger will always dig, my husband will forever lose his wallet. I mean, it's almost like instinctive behavior.
How about you put a basket in your cunt and let him throw his stuff in there when he comes home? Rotten twat.
Like, my anger is never, based on my girl's participation. Like, I'm sitting there like women, here's the thing, women are goofy. They can't just sit there and let you be. If they're into you, they love emotion like it's crack. So if it's some around, they want a part of it. So if you're sitting there like, motherfucker, where's my keys? This idiotic bitch, there's no way she cannot join in.
Right.
She can't not join in. And even if he's looking for it, if this asshole is looking for her to join in, that's not even what men do. If I'm banging around looking for my keys, it's because, I need to get the fuck out of here. I'm trying to drive. It's not like, sweetie, this is a participation. You should be angry for shit. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm having trouble coping.
Half the time she's like, can I help you lose your keys? Can I help you find them? Do you know where they at, bitch?
Exactly.
Get out of here. That's ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Do you know or
not? That's all I need from you right now.
Ridiculous, man.
Right.
This is just ridiculous. Women are always trying to find it because they don't have any fucking skills or charm. They just don't. They fucking don't.
And good news, Patrice is writing a book on relationships.
Yeah.
Finally.
Good. Yeah.
It's going to be an amazing read. I'm
always
telling
trying
you
to
right
figure
now.
out some shit.
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Why don't they figure out how to get dick? And they don't have to know. They don't.
No.
They get dick because they have a vagina. That's why they have no skills or charm. Here's my vagina, and some asshole's going, and when I come home and I smell good, I get some. When I get shit. You know how much I love jerking off? Like, I jerk off like it's pussy. Like my girl thinks I'm cheating on her because I'm like, I don't, you know. But it's just, it's
easier.
It just like stop. Pussy's not that's when you're 20. Pussy's like a magical thing that you need to get, like this car.
Magical.
Like you turn
It's
40 you
and
don't
logical
even
at
care.
the same time. Hold on. You are
40 years old, you're like,
you'd rather just jerk off to crazy images on the internet instead of getting the real thing.
You just go, I love you, sweetie, but you realize my love is just, that's why I don't want to fuck you as much, because I love you.
You need the lust.
If I was just,
you're looking for the lust.
Yeah, if you was an object.
Yeah.
If you was just a something I could just stick a hole. If you was a hole, it'd be different. But I love you. I don't want to treat you like a dirty, rotten hole no more. Bitch.
I got the title of your book.
Oh.
Mars and Venus Revisited.
Fucking shambo. Damien from Akron writes, Patrice better title it Fighting for Dick Space.
Fighting for Dick Space.
All right. Batman teasers. We're obsessed with this. Stupid Batman was arrested. That's how they're playing it.
Hey,
so.
Batman.
Christian Bale was arrested, and this is how some of the news organizations are teasing it. We start with Fox and Friends.
And he's the star of the biggest movie this year. And now Batman busted. Hear what Christian Bale did. This is Fox and Friends. We've never been arrested, and we are the official morning show of the 2008 election.
Speak for yourself.
How are they the official morning show for the 2008 election?
Exactly.
They're the official one.
They suck.
Fuck the
Fox and
Asian
Friends are the
hard-ons have to
worst.
do with Fox and Friends.
Then you go to Fox 5 in Tampa, Florida.
Hold on.
Oh, boy.
What just happened here?
I don't know.
A bomb of monumental proportions.
Holy shit. It was so bad, I thought it was serious.
it just got blown right over.
Over my head, actually. Not a jackass. It was just that lady's gums. That's what I feel like.
You're her gums.
Oh, it was awful. I'll have an Utz pretzel.
Sam's still standing there.
Oh,
can I go? Yeah.
Oh, great.
We'll do the
Go ahead.
we'll do the dumb baby powder thing in a minute or two.
You're off the hook.
Great.
For now.
All right, here's Fox 5 in Tampa, their tease of the Batman story.
And Batman, holy cow. Batman is busted. Who Christian Bale is accused of assaulting and who turned him in.
Hell was that?
Such a non-story, too.
Also ahead, hot on the heels of Batman's box office success, Christian Bale is arrested and accused of assaulting his own mother and sister. We'll have that story and find out what really happened.
But no one has the story of what really happened yet.
How about this tease?
He does, that's it.
Yeah.
Christian Bale accused of hitting the owner of the original smelly bat cave that he fell out of.
The original.
Has no limits.
A dark day for the Dark Knight. Christian Bale accused of assaulting his mother and sister. What did Batman really do?
But no one knows.
Batman
You're
really
not going to answer
do?
that question.
But what did Batman really do, though?
We don't know.
No, we do know. Nothing, because he's not real.
Oh, yeah.
Batman.
They should call him Baseball Batman. 'Cause that's what he hit his mother with.
Slam her with a fucking baseball bat.
You gotta call him Bat Bitch, because that's what he did.
It was a dark night at his house. That shit is so
A
corny.
dark night. That's
a
all I
dark
tried to
night
do.
at his fucking mother's house.
And they're even going back as far as the TV show with like pow, wham, bam, you know?
It's a real Riddler.
Ooh.
How it's I can't believe how corny they are.
Of course you can believe it. They've been doing it forever. That corny shit.
No jokering going on at his house.
That's right.
It's still a riddler what happened at the house. The relationship is still on the Mr. Freeze
Christian
side.
Bale, two-faced.
Yeah, we planted his fist in two faces. Mom and sis.
Heath Ledger fucked both Gyllenhaals.
Ooh. Wow, he did.
Has nothing to do with nothing. I just was thinking.
True. Damn.
Well, the listeners are...
Danny just starts cracking up.
Sorry, I was in the middle of reading my response that I got, again, from Amy Sutherland, a new response. In the middle of that, I got forwarded an email from Coke Logic. Actually, it's from Amy Sutherland forwards me a Coke Logic email that reads, and I quote, "It was hilarious, you gummy bitch." Wait, there's more. Blah, ha, 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 ha.
And she forwarded that to you?
Yeah.
She's rewarding bad behavior, this dummy.
Do you want me to...
Remember, tell her, ignore bad behavior. Remember, read your own book.
If you want to me to read this to you,
the
new response. Because if you recall, back at CBS, I had emailed her saying to call the hotline and we'll apologize, blah, blah. She says, if someone wants to apologize to me, they can call me. Now I see why you didn't mention the name of the show, but if you had and I had agreed to do it, at least I would have been prepared and we maybe could have had some fun. I'm not above debating my book or cracking jokes about it, but I need more work. I need more to work with than someone repeating themselves over and over that men are the rulers of the world, and then when that doesn't work, calling me a skank.
Well, why don't you tell her we're willing to, give this another shot. Let's give it another shot.
I will pen another response.
How about we help Danny with the response?
How about...
What do you want to start with? Dear bitch.
How about you call... Because this is a different number, right?
Yeah.
She probably doesn't know where CBS NXM, does she?
Probably...
Tell her it's a different show.
Yes, say would you get that
it's a different number and everything. Just have her call a different hotline.
If you get
Tell
this done, I will bow to you.
Greg and Tony show, XM Satellite Radio. They heard the problems you had this morning on O&A and really would like you to come on and see if you could swing that.
Well, the Greg and Tony angle won't work, because I think that's how Travis had approached it on the phone with her, like as who was calling.
Oh, Jimmy and Patrice, whatever.
Yeah, Jimmy and Patrice. Doesn't matter. Just to get her on the phone.
Call the show Jimmy and the Black
Well,
Man.
she did say that if you guys want... she says that if you guys want to apologize, we can call her.
Let's call her.
It says they can call me, so why don't we just call her?
Let's call her. All right, let's call her.
All right, you want to do this now? We got Randy's here as well.
Do it after Randy then?
Yeah, let's get Randy in before we go to break here. Randy Couture, he's done our show.
There he is.
He's a great guest. Becoming the Natural, My Life in and Out of the Cage. His new book. What's up, Randy? Good to see you again, buddy.
How are you? There he is.
Pretty good, man.
How you doing, man? Good.
How come tough guys just always look tough? I've never seen an MMA guy that looked like they couldn't fucking fight, man.
Well, that's the whole object.
Maybe George St. Pierre looks really good looking, like you might be able to smack him around, but the fucking everybody just looks like they can fuck you up.
I picture Randy laughing and smiling like he is as he's knocking out your teeth.
It's just
just enjoying it, because he could.
Jesus. And he has official tough guy ears. When you see cauliflower ears, you just go, this guy practices to where the blood vessels pop, and you just go,
you just don't screw with people like that out on the street.
Guys that walk around not afraid of fighting.
Don't do
It's like some people think comedy's like amazing. Like, oh man, are you good? I look at tough dudes and I go, fuck, I wish I was a tough guy.
You come across like one. You carry yourself like one.
No, these guys, like, I'm a big fan. I'm actually a bigger fan of the old school, what you knew and what I knew versus like my 9 years of karate versus your 10 years of kung fu. I love that blood sport shit. So I would love to. What I learned is, like, when I used to watch the Gracies, is that even if me and Keith always joke about, you think you can beat Mike Tyson with he kicked your mother anger. You know what I mean? Like, did you just kick my mother? And you just go, fuck that, come on, motherfucker. And he just knows how to, like, even though you coming at Randy like, fuck that, you did something. And he goes, damn. Immediately, you can look at me and know I can't fight by I'm like this. I'm like, come on, put him up. And you're like, dude, listen, man, you're going to do something. I'm going to break your fucking eyeballs. It's amazing to me, man. Oh, my God, dude. Very amazing.
You were in the Fedor fight in California, I think.
Yeah, I was there.
California?
I had 4 guys on that card.
And how many won?
3 of the 4 won, and the fourth one was the Babalu fight. It was a good fight.
Did you have two guys at UFC win too? You were behind.
I had one guy there. Yeah, Forrest was cornering one of our guys there that won that night as well.
So you went in the ring, and then like when you have guys in the ring, you just know how to fight.
Yeah, I mean that's what they do.
Meaning you trained them? You trained them?
They train at our school, in Vegas.
Cool.
Extreme Couture.
So the Fedor fight, look, you got to be sick of hearing about. I mean, I know, like everybody's sick of hearing about Fedor. We get it. And then he comes in to fight Tim Sylvia, who's a big fuck.
Yeah, 6'8". Yeah, a big dude.
263.
Top 5 fighter. In the world.
And it was ugly how badly he got beaten.
36 seconds he walked through him.
When did you know he was finished?
When he went down 35
I suspected, yeah. Well, the left hook dropped him, and then he jumped on him right away, and he took his back. And then I had a flashback. I was like, wow, this is kind of how my fight went with him. I hit him right away. He went down. I got his back, and then I couldn't finish him. And Fedor sunk that choke. And
now, do you watch a fight like that and go, like, as you watch and you go, he caught him, or do you go, holy shit, he'd do that again to him the next fight, like, or do sometimes you go, he just caught him with one, they should fight again?
I didn't think that he caught him, but it definitely looked like he got his, he did his homework. He knew he needed to get inside. He didn't want to dally around outside Tim so long. He'll hit you when the bell rings. And he jumped into that left hook and landed it, and set the tone.
He made Tim look like he couldn't fight, which everyone knows he can, but he made Tim look like, wow, this poor big lanky guy wanted to get involved and mixed up, and that's how badly he beat him.
And he fights for a living. That's when you see a guy lose a fight, you go, well, he beats up other dudes regularly, and this dude beat him up.
Took him out fast.
Yeah, he was on him.
Well, I thought when Fedor jumped on him to choke him out, it almost seemed like an act of mercy. Like, he could have pummeled him on the ground, and it was almost like, I'll put you out quietly because I know you're done.
Yeah, he could have kept beating on him. I mean, he had position. He could have kept raining down those shots from that side position. I mean, he hit him 3 or 4 times from that side position before he secured his back and put the choke on him. So, but you take what you can. So in the heat of it, you take what you can get.
And he had no Fedor. He has no face expression. It's like
that's
he didn't even look mad.
Part.
He just had like these 2 beady eyes, and he just casually chokes you.
His walkout. I love his walkout. He looks like he's going to a picnic or something.
It's not intimidating. He doesn't like Rampage gets right. He's got like a frightening approach. He just gets under your face, and it's like ugh. But Fedor doesn't even make eye contact. He's like,
and he's chubby. He's built like Fred Flintstone. That's what bugs me. Like, this dude, he's I'm sure he's a rock, but he just, some dudes you look at and they're just carved out of steel. You just go, wow, look at this mother. He just look like he can. But Fedor looks like you might be able to take him just the way he looks. He's like a little stocky dude. You're like, fuck it. He's the best. He's fucking insane. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Did MMA effectively destroy karate and kung fu? Like, does anybody still go, I'm just going to take regular kung fu?
Yeah, I think there's still some merit in the traditional martial arts, the belt systems, and, it's still all those things that we get used to from martial arts, the discipline, the citizenship, all those, the honor, all those sort of things. I think, and there's some merit in the technique. It's just not all applicable to a fight, and so there are pieces of those things you can pull out, and straight blast and kung fu. There's things that you can use from all those things.
Like, there's no more takedowns ever. Like it at first it was the Gracies taking everybody down, like dudes that were like ninth Dan or whatever, black belts. They were just getting tossed around by Pat Smith and the Gracies and Shamrock, who just got beat up by a dude.
He just
English
lost.
Guy, Buzzy something or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know who he was.
Yeah, some dude. Oh boy. But then it became, okay, we're gonna learn how to not get took down. Now it's like you don't even see takedowns hardly anymore. It's like takedowns are now it's just stand up fighting. Now it's just going back to that because there's no more shooting. It used to just be this shooting thing, and
it's become more difficult to take guys down. They've gotten better at sprawling and countering takedowns and scrambling. Even if you do get them to their butt, they're not gonna settle there. They're gonna scramble and get back to their feet. Chuck is a perfect example of that. He was one of the first guys that kind of used his wrestling skills to keep a fight standing. And everybody developed wrestling skills for that purpose.
Is there any aspect you would add that you go, man, just as a fan or whatever, as a fan, what would you add to make it better? Or like to you, like this would be so much better if this happened? Or
I'm pretty comfortable with it the way it is. I'm not sure that, it's kind of like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't know how to tweak it too much. I think sometimes you don't always see the best fighter come out when there's elbows on the ground, because you can trap, especially with the fence. You can trap a guy against the fence. It's hard to defend a guy from dropping an elbow in your face and cutting you, and then the fight ends because of a cut.
Right.
That might be something that that people have talked about exploring. Taking out the elbows on the ground and on your feet. It's a very technical thing to do, because a guy's fluid. He can move. It's hard to land an elbow to a guy's head when he's moving around. But when you can trap him against a solid barrier, it's easier to drop an elbow on his face. Bringing knees back. You're seeing guys comfortable countering, or they get in on a shot and they'll hang out on their knees because they know the guy can't knee him in the head.
Well, that what's that skinny kid from the Brazil? He's like one of the baddest dudes going right now. Damn.
Anderson Silva.
Yeah, beat you up with his kneecaps.
Yeah.
But let me ask you, I know Fedor is said to be the baddest dude on earth right now, right? Who personally, whether he's considered a bit, but who personally do you watch, or have you ever watched and you took a deep breath like, woof, that's a bad that dude is bad, but he might not be considered the baddest, but you go, dude.
Well, I think Crow Cop was that way. The first time I saw Crow Cop, I was at ringside and he threw a kick upside Nogueira's head, and I was like, holy shit, what was that? I was like,
Crow Cop was a bad motherfucker, but he stopped going to sleep.
I felt that. I was like, holy cow, it was amazing.
Crow Cop, when you first saw Crow Cop?
Yeah, the first time I saw him, I was like, I don't ever want to be on the end of one of those.
And he fought Fedor, actually went the distance with Fedor. It was a decision that he lost on, I think.
Yeah,
I think he lost a decision.
He was a very tough cat.
Now you get in the ring after the Fedor fight, and he asked Fedor, who would you like to fight next? And he says something in Russian, Couture. And everybody cheered because they want to see you fight him. Why would you want to do that? Not that you're not a great fighter. But is that how you guys look at it?
Yeah, I don't know. I want to fight the best guys. You want to be considered the best heavyweight in the world, you got to fight the best heavyweight.
And this fight's on. It's on?
It's not official yet. I mean, I've still got to get free and clear of the UFC contract and all that malarkey.
What's going on with that? Because, didn't you have 2 more fights with them that you were supposed to honor and you're not?
18 months or 4 fights. Wasn't and 4 fights. So there's the rub. They say I still owe them 2 fights, but the contract language, I wasn't happy with the fights they were putting in front of me. This is the fight I want.
So you're trying to get out of the pride?
I realize I don't have forever to keep fighting. This is the best fighter that I'm going to be right now, and I want to fight Fedor. I told them I want to fight Fedor, make the Fedor fight happen. If they come back to me now and say, we got Fedor, we're going to make the Fedor fight happen, I'm going to go fight Fedor in the UFC. I don't care where it happens.
And he's Pride, right? Or no?
No, Pride doesn't really exist anymore.
Oh, okay.
He was Pride. That's where he beat a lot of the top guys.
Don't you have him? He's got by 14. He's 31. That's a big difference. Which
age is just a number. I've been up against that since day one, so that doesn't really matter to me.
Oh, I'm not saying that it's not possible.
I kind of heard that, Jimmy.
Jeez, Jimmy.
That's not my intention.
Oh, no.
I kind of heard that, Jimmy.
Because Randy's a really quiet, soft-spoken guy.
Oh, this guy is just a problem.
Well, he's saying he's always been that much older than everybody anyway.
Yeah.
So
I didn't start fighting until I was 33.
No kidding.
Combative sports age, you're already over the hill.
What did you do before that?
I was a wrestling coach at Oregon State University, and I was wrestling for the national team, the U.S. team.
Do you have a stare you put on people when you get in the ring?
It's usually a smile. That freaks them out.
Really?
Yeah, that'd do it.
In front of 16,000 people, and you wink and smile at somebody, they're like, "Oh shit, what's up?"
Yeah, what's up with this
guy?
guy?
Does this guy know that I don't know?
And do you know? Are you a martial artist?
Well, since my first fight, I entered my first UFC 13 as a wrestler. I didn't have any real boxing training. I'd played around with some submission stuff in the Army and a little bit of boxing in the Army, but nothing extensive. And I've been wrestling since I was 10 years old. And then realized quickly that wrestling was only going to take me so far. I needed to learn some striking. My very next UFC was against Vitor Belfort. At the time, he was annihilating everybody.
I know, right.
And I was like, this guy will rip my head off if I don't start studying some
So
boxing.
your second fight was, and Vitor was a bad dude for a second, but he's gone. Like something happened with his sister or something. But
he just fought on an affliction card and did really, really well. He knocked out Terry Martin.
So he's
in the
back
second
now.
round. Yeah, he looks great.
You know, a kid that I thought was good, and Arlovsky, like he was supposed to be this monstrous
Did
dude.
you see him Saturday?
No, what?
Dude, you got to see his fight on Saturday. He fought Ben Rothwell.
Beat him up. Oh, yeah, with the guy with the beard?
Oh, that was the fight of the night.
Yeah, he's a tough dude.
Unbelievable. That's the Andre I remember.
Right.
Just an ass kicker. I mean, he unleashed it.
Did Forrest and what you call fought already, right?
Yeah, I thought
Forrest and Rampage
Forrest
fought.
won by decision, but I don't think he
Forrest
should
won.
have. I thought
Forrest
Rampage
won?
should have kept the belt.
Yeah.
I don't think he took the belt.
I thought he won. I
changed my
I would
opinion.
not have. I would not have been upset if they'd. I mean, I thought it was that close. It could have went the other way just as easily. But and I'm trying to rationally analyze because I was cornering Forrest, and I thought, well, he won 3 of the rounds.
Yeah.
Especially the last 2, and then the second round, when he kicked Rampage, and Rampage buckled and almost went
And then
down.
spent the whole round trying to keep him from beating
exactly.
him. I just
And
thought
that could almost have been a 10-8 round, but you could almost say that the first round was a 10-8 round for Rampage. So, as I scored it, I thought Forrest won 3 of the rounds. Rampage clearly won 2 of the rounds. There's a round there that could have gone either way, and that determined the fight.
That's why I kind of thought, like, if you're going to take a guy's belt, like, if you're going to take a guy's belt, like, at any other fight, I would say, yeah.
Gotta knock him out.
But I'm certainly not going to disagree.
Mm-hmm.
Who's
Who's it?
fucking Randy on fighting outcomes?
Two questions, Randy. One, you probably won't answer but who's an overrated bum you thought of all time? Like
Overrated?
in the UFC sense or the MMA sense, where you go, blah, this guy's a bum. Why is everybody all whatever? And then the other one's Kimbo Slice, and I'm not saying because Kimbo can catch you in the street. But what do you think about? What do you think? He's not like a professional dude that goes, okay, I have to register my hands with the police. But what do you think of Kimbo? And who do you think is one of the most overrated all timers? Like you go, this guy just never was good to me.
Yeah, I don't know that I can think of anybody that I felt was like overrated. I think everybody's kind of had their moments here and there where they had flashes of that was impressive, and they may not have. And then the hype that comes after that and all that. I mean, that's normal. Kimbo's a good guy. He's quiet. He gets in the gym. He's doing his thing. He's the first one to tell you.
He doesn't seem like a bum.
He's the first one to tell you, look, I got some big holes in my MMA game. And I think Elite X, he's the one that's putting him out there as the be-all and end-all. Oh, this guy's the unstoppable force. And, and I don't think Kimbo comes across that way. Now, obviously, the James Thompson fight, I think his weaknesses were exposed. He's got some serious
I mean, would you
problems
lick
with
your
his swing
chops
game.
if they put him up against you?
Yeah, I don't think they would ever do that. They're smarter than that.
Do you think you'd
because
give him
I
a
don't think they
beating?
would- I'm not going to stand toe to toe with him. I'm gonna smother him and put him on the ground. And unlike James, I'm going to finish him. He's not going to get out of it.
How long would it take you, would you say, like, to pin...
To pin?
A pin is a bad word. That's a fucking old... I'm like
Man,
fucking ant.
we're into wrestling now.
Yes.
You're pinning them.
Yeah, how long would it take you to knock someone down? How long would it take you to say, like Patrice, how long would it take you to make Patrice, a big guy like this?
Submit.
I'm telling him in one, he would know immediately that I don't fight for a living. Where he would tell me what he's going to do, and then I would have a decision on whether to keep fighting. Like I know that because I'm a fan of this stuff. There were times where I said, "Oh, he got him," and then you go, "Oh shit, the other dude that I thought had him is tapping." Like you go, it ain't about. It's just about it's mechanics. It's professionalism, dude. It's just not like, hey, he can fight. The average dude on the street can't beat any of these dudes ever. Like, no matter if you're tough, they just know what to do. They'll go, dude, you're gonna get hurt because I already look at you and know that you can't.
Sized you up.
Yeah, you know
Knows
by the way
everything.
your feet are. Like if I kick him right now, he'll fall down and If he punches me in my stomach, I'd cry for mercy.
You got no guard.
I'll say I'm gonna sue. If you hit me, I'm gonna sue.
You put those hands up. You got your arm. Gonzaga broke your arm. I mean, Gabriel Gonzaga is a fucking scary dude because he's the one that knocked out Crow Cop.
He looked good in his last fight.
Yeah, and he knocked his. He has a mule foot. He kicked Crow Cop.
He does kick like a mule.
And he broke.
Is he good? That dude? Is he? Really?
He's got some good skills. I think he's got a little ways to go to kind of climb back up into the top rankings, but he's a very, very good submission guy. That's kind of where he made his reputation, is in Abu Dhabi, and he's put together some great kickboxing skills, wrestling skills. That making the transition is where he needs to work a little bit now. But he's tough.
I saw a video of you. You was so mad you lost to this dude. It was an old video. It was a Hawaiian dude.
Ensign Inoue.
Inoue.
That was my first loss in MMA.
Like, I saw that, and he was so mad. Like, you were like, oh, this mother. He got you with some weird...
Armbar. Armbar.
And he was like, oh, I slipped up. Ensign Inoue.
It was a stupid mistake.
And he was like, can we just do that again? Like, I saw that there, man. That was it. Is he still fighting?
No, he retired a while ago.
His brother too?
Fought in Pride. I don't know if Egan's still fighting or not. I haven't seen Egan in quite some time. So
any dude you don't fucking really like you go, if you seen him on the street, you go, come on right now, motherfucker.
I get along pretty well with everybody. I mean, there's guys that rub you the wrong way, or a little bit of, Josh Barnett just fought, and he's a personable guy, but he's just one of those guys that's just a little edgy, and so I can deal with him. He's fine. He's a Seattle boy. I grew up in Seattle, and he looked good. He knocked Pedro out this last weekend. I mean, that was impressive. But he's just a guy that I'm not going to go spend a bunch of time with.
Fucking right. He's just like I
am. You wrote a book, and it's called "Becoming the Natural: My Life In and Out of the Cage." Does this book have anything to do with fighting?
Yeah, there's a little in there, just a little. No, it covers my career, but it goes back and kind of covers my whole life. And
do you have any copies of the book?
Actually, I think we have a copy.
Yeah?
We can get a copy.
I would hope so. Where's copies of the book?
Yeah, we want a copy.
Oh my God, is that your?
I love that shit.
Oh my God!
Wow, thank God we didn't say anything
stupid.
stupid.
Slugger there.
Hi, I didn't even know you were here. I was going to ask you.
How long you been together?
We've been together. It'll be 2 years in October.
2 years.
Yeah, been together for 4, but we've been married for.
Is a lot of his? Is he hot in general, or the fact that he punches other men in their grill did it turn you on?
That he fights.
That he just fights.
He was sexy before. Do you worry about him when he fights?
No, not at all.
Really?
No.
Jenna didn't feel that way watching Tito get beat up. That was kind of sad.
Hey, you look like Jason Statham here.
I know that. Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, that's his name, right?
Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Have any guys hit on you in a bar or been rude? And then he wanders. That's the type of thing I would do.
Hi, I'm Miss Couture. You'd be like, oh.
She would say, I would say something stupid and then turn just in time to see his fist
coming toward your head.
Well, he's not like that at all. But it is funny if we're separated and guys are, getting ready to make the move. And then I'll walk up. I know what they're doing. And I'll walk up and hug and kiss all over him. And they're like, "Oh, I feel stupid."
But there's been no problems.
They're thinking other things.
No.
Oh Jesus!
Thanks
Did you see it?
God.
His left eye just moved.
Yeah.
This is how women are. I know she wants to see Randy break somebody's face in a bar by just what she said.
Trust me, he's so laid back. I'd take him out before he.
Some guy that'd be like, who the fuck does he think he is? Just someone with this 1 second where he loses his mind over booze and shit, and he sees your lovely wife and everything, and just goes like, who the fuck does he think he is? Oh, Mr. Fucking Fighter, man. I'll go fuck. You know what it's all about? Fucking element of surprise, dude. I'll hit him first. He'll go down like a motherfucker. And then this half-ass drunk punch glances off you, and you just have to go, dude.
You're dead.
I'm just not even using a percentage of what you could do. Just your finger on his forehead and push him. It'd be hysterical to watch.
Guys like Randy, I'm sure, like, that's how you know you're a bad dude. It's like when you start to think about fighting, all you start thinking about is the legal ramifications. Like, you have no fear of, like, getting beaten up by a guy in a bar. It's like, all right, well, look, I know I'm going to probably paralyze him. How much is this going to cost me in court? Like, you have to start worrying about guys going to fight you for legal reasons.
You don't like to find yourself in those situations anyway, but mugs don't play fair now. I mean, they're bringing out blades, they're bringing out guns.
That's
like,
true.
I don't want no part in any of that.
Do you have to register? Is that a myth? Is that a fucking myth?
That's a myth, but
your
it is
hands?
true that in the court of law, unless my life is in danger, I don't have a leg to stand on for taking somebody out. I mean,
that's a myth. It's written on the back of my license to kill. It's a myth.
Hey, Randy, your wife fought?
Yeah, my wife, she's fought 3 times. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, she's an MMA? There's a girl in Elite XC that, yeah, she runs around like,
That's my training. Keep me trained.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, so you fight?
So the baddest chicken
Oh,
like
my
round right
God.
now is you're close to. That stinks. All right, I don't want it to
Get a rivalry going?
Yeah. Mars wants in on this. Where's Mars?
Our guys. We have guys at
Master
martial
Poe
arts
is here too, isn't
protecting
he?
us.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Hey, Stud.
Yeah, now Mars, you've said on many occasions that you've seen like a lot of mistakes in Randy's fights.
Untrue.
That's probably what goes out there.
Right. You've discovered a weakness, haven't you?
No,
Why don't you explain it to Randy? I mean, God, ad nauseum with us, blah, 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 blah. But now you got the chance, so why don't you say it, Mars?
No weakness, no holes in your game there. But I did want to ask.
Look at wait. Could we say, Opie? Could you please tell Mars to take 2 deep breaths?
Yeah.
Just come on. Let me hold your hand. Go ahead. It's okay. It's okay. Go ahead, answer.
I did want to ask.
You know what I love about this? Mars and Poe walk around like they're the baddest motherfuckers in XM, and now look.
But
you've been humbled today.
He really did. He really did hold his chest like
humbled.
a woman that was scared. Like Mr. Couture.
Yeah.
Did I pronounce that correctly? Is that from a French French background, Mr. Couture?
Him and Mars and Poe have been humbled today. I like this.
Well, Mars and Poe are not.
to you.
They're not bullies with anybody. They're not tough. Like, they don't act like dicks to people. We just kind of all know. Like, all right, you have to tolerate a certain amount of incompetence at work. I can lose your teeth if you fucking question.
Randy, how long would it take you to beat someone like Mars, you think? He's got some training.
You don't know the guy.
Yeah,
He's not going to say that.
What, 10 seconds, please? Just we'll laugh for months after this.
Oh, but you know what it is? It's that this is the great thing. It's that he doesn't give a fuck what you know. That is the amazing thing. Like, Poe, you have to consider Poe. Like, in my mind, you go, I seen Poe do some shit, but you go, they don't consider that this dude, he goes, I don't know what I can do, but he's not considering fucking him up. He's just going, I don't know the guy, gotta watch him, maybe gotta fight him. But fighting is you don't give a fuck. I give a fuck.
Yeah.
When you get punched in your nose and or your eye, you see that white light,
that.
you'd be like, man, fuck this, I quit.
That whole thing.
My fucking eye socket, man.
I quit.
When you get hit and just hear that poing sound, and you're all fucking just, where am I? And then it's all slow motion, but you know you're still getting punched because you're still wing, wing, wing. It's like, but I'm not feeling it. I better fall down.
Or that lay down with your left arm stuck in the air, fucking not moving. Shit, that shit is like unnecessary, man. So that's the thing that's amazing. It's not, oh, these guys can. It's that, dude. I don't give a fuck who you are. Even though there's pistols nowadays, but just the idea that I don't care. I don't care. I'll get knocked out or I'll knock you out. Which is
See, that's
amazing.
Part of it is being able to kick ass. The other part is being able to take an ass kicking. You could be great. If you get hit once in the face and you fall down every time, you're going to be a sucky fucking fighter.
And then at the end of the day, you got knocked out, your hands up in the air, they wake you up, and you go, oh man, you caught me, Randy. Give a good hug. Like, motherfucker, you just knocked me out, and I kissed him on his cheek. Good one, like the sportsman shit. Like, what?
Yeah. You know
Beat me up.
You know who could take a punch? Randy's wife.
Yeah.
Broken jaw, right? And you continued fighting to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I broke my jaw in that first punch of that last
First
fight.
punch, and she didn't say like Patrice eloquently put it, I quit.
I
She went
quit.
the distance with a broken
Patrice does
jaw.
the I quit.
Oh, That's fucked up.
The crowd would be going, what?
All right.
What, I do have a question about that. Are there any repercussions with the other fighter? Because I understand that you guys went out and went to touch gloves, and then she started right away. Isn't there something like that can be done to the other fighter? Because, I mean...
I don't think it was intentional, and there is no set rule saying that you have to touch gloves when you walk out there. In the 5 years I've been watching fights, I've seen maybe twice, and they were from arch enemies, not touch gloves. So that was me being naive and trying to be sportsmanlike.
Right, that whole
and wanted to touch some gloves, and she just clocked me. But I don't think she did it intentionally. I think it was a lot of nerves and maybe the pressure. I'm sure that was the biggest show and biggest audience that she ever fought in front of. So.
She wasn't trying to sucker punch you.
I don't think so. No.
How about this fake glove on a stick under your armpit? Other arm around your back. You come out, they go to tap the one on the stick, you come around with the one behind your back. Now that'd teach him. Why not, Jimmy?
Have you ever been socked by a guy? Like, I mean, I'm sure you train, but have you ever been hit with a UFC man punch?
Not by a UFC fighter, no.
But you could, like,
I think she implied I could take one from you, fat boy. Not by a trained shoulder blade. No, not at all.
Wait a minute. By a real man?
By a real man?
Or someone like you, Patrice.
You pudgy boy? Jesus Christ.
Every one of us has the same feeling. Like, every time somebody talks to Randy's wife, the rest of us go, please don't say the wrong thing.
Don't say anything wrong.
Please don't set him off.
Ma'am, listen.
Sparring with Randy does suck, though. I do spar with Randy. And
oh, really?
Yeah.
How much leeway you give her? You're pretty.
He's like, I'm going easy. I'm like, it fucking hurts.
Can you toss her around like a girl? If she came up to the highest level that she wanted to, could you toss her around like a girl still?
Yeah, well, I think we're obviously outweigh her by 100 pounds. So I mean,
when we grapple, we go at it.
Can we see a little of that?
Is there a video for sound?
Oh shit!
Yeah, we ain't filming none of that.
We'll turn down the lights and everything. Come on.
It's funny because he, we'll grapple and then he just starts laughing because he's teaching me everything he knows. Right. And when I catch him with something, he just starts laughing like, what am I doing?
You taught her.
By the way,
someone
has to say it because it's radio. She's absolutely stunning.
She's an 11.
She's ridiculous.
Who had to say that?
Yeah, well, the people can't see
What are you looking at? What are you looking at, Opie?
I want to make sure that what?
What's an 11? Her eyes, from her eyebrow between her nose and eyebrows. That's all I'm looking.
When you call someone 11, it means you've assessed the entire package pretty thoroughly.
No, I didn't mean that. I meant an 11.
As in, Jimmy said 11. I just
on a 1 to 10, she's an 11. That's a compliment. The hat. I love the hat. Body, that's disrespectful. I don't look at the body.
What a pain in the ass that is. Look, Mr. Couture, listen. Your wife's shoes, they're nice.
Just have a girl like that that could take care of herself, though.
That's
in a way,
cool,
like some guy gives us some ordinary jerk off at a bar.
Oh,
she could fuck him up.
What a game that must be. It's just
Randy probably
how
just
cool is it
back
that you get to spar with your wife? I mean,
it's genius.
Ask a lot of people down south, and they'll tell you they love it. She don't, but
he never has to look up from his plate. Like he just goes, it's just like, all right, do what you got to do. My wife's gonna knock you out in about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh
boy, here you go, fella.
I bet you the post-sparring activity is
what happened to Maz?
Is quite.
I'm still here.
Quite special.
Did you want Maz, start all your questions with golly gee.
Yeah. Golly gee. Golly gee, Randy.
You're like rolling right now. This is
very
awesome.
happy.
Oh, Randy's the man, man.
You've been put in your place today.
I love it.
I saw that he was on.
Mars is gushing.
Wait,
I've never
he was at Vito Belfort's corner, so now he's training under you.
He started training with us for this fight, and he's I think he's gone back to Brazil now for a couple weeks, and then he's moving to Vegas, I think, to train with us full time.
And he's going to be on your team for.
That's the. Is that the question you really want to ask, Mars? Ask the real question. Do you really train Vito Bell? That was the question.
No, because they fought twice before.
3 times, yeah.
3 times.
Why do you have to embarrass him by not knowing how many times he fought Vito?
My bad.
No, they
fought. One of them was only 20 seconds.
Yeah, but they fought in the past, and now they're working together. So
exactly.
that is a pretty good question by Mars.
It's something you see in our sport a lot. I mean, I fought Mo Smith for my first title, and then later when I was trying to get ready to fight Pedro again and didn't want to get kicked in the damn leg again like that, I went to him. I knew he was the best kickboxer I knew, and he's from Seattle, and I trained with him a bunch to kind of shore up my kickboxing so that I didn't get kicked in the leg again. So I think that's real common in our sport.
You ever fight the great Bas Rutten?
No, I was scheduled to fight him back in the day, and he ended up fighting Kosaka down in the Brazil fight, the Brazil UFC.
And he's done. He's officially not.
He's retired. He's doing a lot of commentating, a lot of analyst work, and a great guy. We're partners in a gym in LA.
I like Bas Rutten, man.
Yeah, he's fun.
You ever
he's a lot of fun.
You ever fight a Frenchman underwater?
I'm French. I've fought myself.
You
Does
laugh,
that count?
but I have.
I'm
Do
Frenchman
that.
underwater.
Tell him.
I got something you haven't done.
That's right.
There you go.
Scuba diving, I got in a fight with a Frenchman underwater.
Oh my gosh.
It was a wonderful fight. No one got hurt because you were slow motion fighting, but it was fighting.
Really hard to throw a punch underwater, I guess.
Yeah. You can't get any footing, so
Lot of
we
resistance.
were kind of rolling as we're fighting. But yeah, that went down.
Scuba diving?
Yeah.
Pull his regulator out?
That's the trick. Got to pull that regulator or use your knife
Rip his
on it.
mask off.
I was scuba diving really fast, and the Frenchman came down on top of me because he wasn't listening to what they were trying to tell him on the boat because he was just an ass, I should say.
He was French.
Well, I wanted to say that, yeah. But then he landed on top of me, and then we had a fight.
Huh.
Because that's what you do.
Wow.
Yeah?
That's
like
cool.
Sea Hunt. Cool.
It's like a James Bond moment there.
Yeah, yeah.
Fighting underwater.
See, I got something on him. I knew I had
I
something
like that
on
when
him.
a couple of men are going back
That's
and
right.
forth.
Thank you, Jimmy.
With some, some gladiator stories.
Hey, Mars, what do you think of Randy's wife?
She's a great fighter.
No, that's not what we're talking about. Compliment Randy's wife.
Good looking woman.
Hell yeah.
The hell you mean by that? Jesus.
Exactly what I
You don't
mean.
insult a guy's wife like that.
What makes her good looking?
Oh boy.
Would you call yourself a jealous dude?
No.
You're easy,
Yeah.
right?
I've never been.
So you shouldn't be nervous. What do you find good looking
She's
about
a pretty
Randy's
lady.
wife?
Pretty face. Mm-hmm. In shape.
If you had any brains, you would just feign homosexuality right now. I would just start blowing people in the room.
I don't know what you're talking about. What's your discipline, Maz?
Right now I'm doing judo and jiu-jitsu.
But that's it. Wasn't he doing? What's he do? What's Poe do?
Where's Poe?
Where's the Poe?
Poe bring Poe in for a second
But
here.
what is your real? What is the
here
actual
comes Poe.
thing? Jiu-jitsu.
Yes. This is Master Poe.
Oh shit! Look at him. Oh, he can do splits between two chairs. I think Poe beat Bolo Young.
He's got his own theme music and everything, Randy.
Is it my time?
There's Master Poe. It should be. Testing 1 2.
Yeah, two.
What do you got, Poe?
How you doing, Randy?
Good. How are you?
That work?
Good to see
I
you
want to
again.
say that, first of all, I think you're a fantastic fighter, and your wife is gorgeous.
This is just
Oh,
uncomfortable
boy.
already.
What do you mean?
Fuck me, man.
Oh, shit. Oh, crap.
Would you like to go to F.H. Riley?
Let's just get a karaoke machine and stop this. This is not good.
Oh, you're
We can do a duet on karaoke.
So what do you want to say to Randy after you've upset him?
Yeah.
He's 5-time champion, correct? 5 times?
Oh, it'd be nothing funny to watching Randy and his wife jump him.
She takes Mars, he takes Poe. Our staff is beaten up by the Coutures.
I like them apples. Not so tough now.
Oh my God.
I love this.
Oh shit.
Randy, everyone says that mixed martial arts is the closest to street fighting. What do you say about it?
Very natural way of asking that. Poe's a really sweet guy. All right. Back to you, Randy.
Yeah, I think it's as close to a real fight as you can get. Obviously, there's still got to be some rules, and that's the difference. Street fighting, there are no rules. Guys can bite you. They can, whatever. Anything can happen in a street fight. That's a major difference.
Right. And forgive me, I'm not familiar with mixed martial arts, the fighters. That's why I always go to Marcelino, because he knows all the fighters and he knows the upcoming fighters, and I only know certain few. But the other day I seen a mixed martial arts match.
Also knows a lot about their wives,
And-
obviously. And it's fucking Mars.
Thanks, Opie.
No, seriously. I seen a mixed martial. I seen. I see.
Now he's standing too close to Randy.
It's close. It's in this, man. This is bad. It's going bad.
No, we
I don't want this to go someplace, man.
We want this to end with one of these idiots begging for their life.
And they're both doing the nervous dance Mussolino. He's doing the Macarena, man.
He's rubbing his palms together. He's sweating.
Jesus Christ. Mr. Court, you are fantastic, and your wife is beautiful, I must say right away.
All right, tough guy. Finish your question, tough guy.
Holy fuck.
The other day, for the first time, I seen a mixed martial arts match, and I don't know who it was. It was a guy. Pardon me.
With
It was
shorts.
a black guy and a white guy. Forgive me. I don't know the names.
Why are you saying forgive me?
Okay, it was
We're
the other
allowed
day.
to
It was on
intermingle.
Saturday. And the guy got poked in the eye.
This is like the karate who's on first.
He's talking about the Burns and Anthony Johnson fight.
Was that on UFC?
Yeah, in the UFC.
Okay, I didn't see that card.
Yeah, he was somewhere else. But he's actually talking about Kevin Burns and Anthony Johnson fight.
Right. It was a great fight. Both of them were fantastic.
Right.
But the one technique that messed up Anthony Johnson,
yes,
was the poke to the eyes.
Was an accidental technique.
Yes.
Should have been.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It wasn't intentional.
He kept doing it because he has a broken left hand, so he can't really make a fist. So when he strikes, he tries to palm strike, but palm strike, he was trying to reach, I guess, and poking him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I've
back in
been
the day
poking
when I had a
him.
show called The Arena, we were talking about the comparison between mixed martial arts.
Whoa. First of all, you did one show.
Yeah, one day.
Show.
It was great. 1 hour,
show
too.
where he invited convicts up to this fine facility, Randy.
Oh, you mean the radio show?
Yeah, killers, actually killers.
Yeah, they were ex-killers that got out of jail just in time to do his radio show.
The guy had a cookbook, How to Shank with Macaroni and Cheese.
Right. so this earth-breaking radio show happened one time.
Yeah. But anyway, these guys that came in, they obviously had to survive in prison.
Right.
And their style of fighting was 52 blocks.
Do you know what that is, Randy?
Not heard of that, no.
Of course not. No.
You have to be incarcerated to learn it.
A prerequisite. 52 blocks.
Anyway, so what Marcelino and I always argue about is mixed martial arts and street fighting.
One's a
Being
sport.
on the, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, one's a sport and one's life or death. It's the big difference.
Randy, here's my argument. As a mixed martial artist, a professional mixed martial artist, you could turn that switch and you could do all the illegal stuff that you're not allowed to do to a person out in the street if you had to.
If you had to,
If I had
absolutely.
you pinned down and I got you pinned down and your
mean, you
ear's
get
right
out.
there and I bite it, that's it.
On my ear, you're probably going to choke to death, but
That's a good one.
Randy, we have to explore what's going on with you, right? Is this uncomfortable right now?
Why?
Something's going on. It's just because he even gave Maz a little something about his ear just to say, "Hey, calm down. I'm a man too. I'm just like you, so you can just calm down." Right? He said, "If you eat my ear," he made a kind of the cauliflower ear thing to just say, "Calm down, young fella."
It was a good joke. Because here's the problem was, Mark had himself pinning Randy. Like, if I was on top of you. Like, what? Maybe that was the fucking problem. Yeah, how about Randy, if you had your knee in my teeth? I didn't like that.
Oh, this is great.
Shit, man.
Randy, you made our day. You have no idea.
Holy fuck.
We'll be laughing about this for months.
Do you think a mixed martial artist is a disadvantage, as an advantage, because when he fights a street fighter, he can now use what he normally can't, as opposed to a street fighter getting into a ring who has to lose skills that are illegal in mixed martial arts? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would pick the mixed martial artist because he can obviously street fight. I mean, Paul, what do you think?
Okay, mixed martial arts, they train to pummel, to ground for pound, to rip their opponent apart. And you're telling me that they could turn the switch on and turn it off whenever they want.
Yeah, the rules of engagement. I train for specific rules of engagement. And take away those rules of engagement, then I can do all those other things as well.
And he never feels like his life is at risk in MMA, like is renowned that they're trying to say the MMA is safer than boxing, like, because they come in and the guys don't get this sustained damage. But if you're in a street fight and some motherfucker's trying to kill, I think
it's like anyone
there's
else.
A natural instinct that even you don't have to be trained to do that kicks in with a street
fucking
fight.
Computer nerd that works down at Best Buy is going to try to kick some ass
because you're trying to live.
Yeah.
So I think when you're getting trained to and you know that the other dude is not going to be able to really mess you up, then it's a different idea. But if some dude's getting ready to bite you and you gouge his eye out, naturally though, you'll just try to do something.
And there's no weapons in MMA. Like, the guy isn't holding a knife or a gun or a hammer or a bat or a rock or a stick or perhaps something else that could hurt you.
Jimmy,
a dress,
a tire
kind
iron.
of a dress.
I got to jump in because these guys got a plane to catch.
Oh.
They literally have to leave right now. Beforehand, I think it would be the right thing if you and Poe apologize to Randy and his wife for all the stuff you said.
They come in here to be guests and friends of the show, and she's willing to come on, and all of a sudden it's embarrassed the Coutures.
Yeah, I know you're saying it's okay, but it's not okay.
You're getting fucking fresh.
So Mars, we'll start with you. If you would apologize to Randy and his wife, that would be wonderful. We want Randy to come back.
Yeah, we love it.
If there's anything I did that offended either one of you,
could you move a little more?
Apologize.
They're watching Katharine Hepburn say she's sorry.
Subtle movements of a rock'em sock'em robot.
Why does Mars sound like he should be on Broadway all of a sudden? Your voice.
Hey, Mars is a dangerous dude.
I know he is. That's the beauty of
really
this.
golly genius.
Aw, shucks, right? Poe, please.
Is he your favorite of all time, Mars?
Randy is one of my favorites of all time.
Who do you like better than Randy?
I don't. The reason I like Randy so much is because he adapts so well to every style.
No. You just, Mars, I love you, but you just skipped over that. Who you like?
Yeah, you said one of.
I do not like anyone more than you, but
there's an equal level of. So who's in the top? Who's your top 5?
But Fedor's an animal, and we need to see that fight.
Fedor.
Who
do you got, Fedor or Randy? I got Randy.
So do I. Absolutely. Because he can adapt and overcome.
All right, good enough.
All right, Paul. The apology, because we got to get him out of here.
Us.
Do you know what us means, ma'am?
Please say no. Thank you.
Do you know what us means, Randy? None of us know.
It means pussy without the P and the Y. That's what I think it means.
Are you? Is that insult? Was that insulting again?
I think you just, I just think you left the P and the Y off.
You don't call people an us.
You just call Randy a goddamn us.
I don't like it. What is us?
Us.
Us is a matter of respect. When you say hello to someone and you say goodbye. The last time we did this, you said, well, why don't we just say hello and goodbye?
Right.
But in the martial arts, you're giving a higher respect. Okay, when you say us, you're respecting that person to the highest level.
I've never said that to anybody.
Yeah.
Japanese.
Randy doesn't say that.
Yeah, Randy just says goodbye.
He says hi. Goodbye. Randy just. Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
take it easy. Gotta catch
Nice
a plane.
to see you. I don't know about this us thing.
He doesn't take this whole thing seriously. He's a man. He just says, thanks, guys. I'll see you later.
Well, we have to.
This is so funny.
You guys are
man.
flying
Oh my
out.
God.
We don't want to not have the big plug. The book is called "Becoming the Natural: My Life in and Out of the Cage." I mean, Randy Couture, obviously, just one of the most amazing
In stores
guys
now?
in the UFC.
Yeah, it's in stores,
stores?
Monday. So
And this chronicles your life up to when?
up to now.
Up to you have all 5 championships.
Yeah, all
And
the
from
fights are
when?
in there.
From when
From
to
both.
now? From your whole life story?
my
Your
whole
life
life,
story?
yeah.
Okay.
Autobiography.
Hey, Randy, really fast, because the last time you were in here, you were promoting a movie. How did that do for you?
The movie did well.
It did all right.
Yeah,
What is it? Red
Belt.
Red Belt,
Yeah.
right, okay. Is that on
interesting.
DVD or anything? Because I want to
It didn't come out the movies yet.
Yeah, it came out in the theaters. It was nationwide release, but like a lot of movies, it didn't hang around long.
With
Sony Classics, David Mamet.
But where can people get
Tim
it?
Allen.
What's the guy, the black guy that starred in it?
Fred Berry?
Yeah.
No, the African dude.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
That came out?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So where can we get it? That's the only reason I'm bringing it up.
I'm
I
not
want
sure
people
if
to
it's
check
out
it
on
out.
DVD yet, but
Okay.
it'll be coming out, I'm sure.
It will be. All right.
I gotta see that. I want to see that.
Yeah,
How many
they did
copies
well.
of your book did you bring? Bunch, right?
Randy, you got a 27-year-old
I think we
son?
sent him 25-year-old son, yeah.
He's a fighter.
You had a kid
He's a
at 18?
Grappler.
Yeah.
Holy crap. All right. I'm going to read this book.
You guys got kids?
Good pictures, too.
You
no,
guys have
we
children?
don't have any kids. Kimmy has kids. She has 2 children from a previous marriage, and
Wow.
I have 3.
Is her ex-husband polite to you?
I've met him, but briefly.
Yeah. God bless. God bless. God bless. God bless. Just didn't work out with us. God bless. God bless.
All right, they really got to go.
Yeah.
Randy.
Hey, pleasure.
Yeah,
absolutely. Thank you so much.
Let's hear it for Randy Couture and his lovely wife. Thank you. All right, thenatural.tv for all the book signings and stuff. I'm sure that info is up there, right?
Getting around this.
Imagine the most unfortunate of hijacker that would sit down between the two of them on an airplane.
We got to take a break. We'll be back.
Can I have an us? Us. 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 Us.
Even to the wife.
Us. Us. Us.
And Anthony Show, Patrice O'Neill doing a great job for us tonight, today, whatever.
Tonight.
Oh, no shit. Punchline. When, Patrice? I forgot. Where the fuck are you, motherfucker?
August 6th,
August
7th,
6th,
and 8th.
okay.
I think the Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I could be off a day, but that area. So in 2 weeks, August 6th, 7th, and 8th. Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Very good.
The punchline.
All right. Are we trying to get Amy back on the...
That was a fun...
Just to watch those two squirm, because they walk around.
That was unbelievable. I don't know what that was based on. What was that based on?
Just a lot of, anger in us. that they walk around knowing they could just knock our teeth out at any second. So it was good to see somebody that could beat the crap out of them. That's what it comes down to, right, Jimmy? Of course it is.
And he's just I just tough dudes are just. I just love that whole world, man.
And he's not a bullying tough guy. He's a quiet guy. But that you'd have to really push a dude like that to get him.
What
to
was that
fucking hurt
nervousness
you.
about, Maz? What the fuck was that? You've seen 1,000 people in here in your life.
That's a bad motherfucker right there.
No,
because Mars takes his fighting seriously. It's probably like if you met Richard Pryor or somebody, you'd be out of your mind, right?
I wouldn't be. I'd be more like, I would have so much admiration, but it wouldn't be like that was uncomfortable. Like I've never seen you was like, oh gee,
God,
you were just like golly gee, like
yeah.
you really were like smitten.
No, honestly.
But was it based on fame or based on he's a bad motherfucker?
It's based on he's a bad motherfucker. I really, truly admire the dude.
But if you saw Anderson Silva, not Anderson Silva, who's the dude from Brazil?
Anderson Silva.
The Anderson Silva. What's the one that just lost?
That just lost?
To Fedor.
Oh, Tim Silva.
Tim Silva. Anderson Silva is one of the baddest motherfuckers I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
If he was there sitting down, would you just be as like, ooh, boy?
You know, I don't think so, because I look up to Randy because of our age. I'm 43, he's 44. That's
really?
it. Yes.
You're what?
43.
I thought you were in your...
some of that kung fu, I'm thinking.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong?
That's the pussy.
But that's that, no, that's that fucking... He got a lot of third world in him, man. Them people, third world people stay good, looking good.
Puerto Rico ain't no goddamn third world.
You're just Puerto Rican?
Damn,
third world.
Dude, you're third world.
You're just out of the shadow of third world.
Wait a minute, are you...
Stop getting
Are you
cocky
Puerto Rican?
like all of a sudden you're fucking Massachusetts.
We almost are.
You guys just got out of third world status.
If Randy is in third world,
he would have said,
"Oh hell yeah!"
He would have down. He was spoken his whole third world language, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
What you say, nigga?
Yeah.
Third world. I'm about to kick you inside of your temple.
Hi, I'm Mars. I'm an Aborigine.
Yeah, if you guys were officially, if you guys were officially a state, you'd be right behind Alabama.
I didn't know you was Puerto Rican. I thought you was.
Yes, sir.
You held up pretty damn good for a Puerto Rican, man.
Why I gotta be for a Puerto Rican, man?
Puerto Ricans fall apart quickly,
Hell
man.
your
expiration date is just...
Puerto Ricans, you can't figure out how old they are half the time.
Serious, let's be honest,
women.
man.
No. I gotta give it to Patrice and the women. The women fall apart after the first kid. gone.
After the first, when they are a kid.
What's that about?
I don't know, man. It's the cuchifrito, I guess. I have
What's
no
that?
idea.
I've
Fucking
nev-
fried food.
I've never seen. I have never seen a beautiful cougar Puerto Rican woman.
No.
Ever. I'm sure there are some.
They're nasty.
But I've just
What about
never seen.
What about Eartha Kitt?
She's Puerto Rican?
Black. Oh, she's from some other brown. She's from brown.
I'm Eartha Kitt. Eartha Kitt. I think she's from Africa.
He's a weird fucking looking,
By the way,
block-headed motherfucker.
the answer to the Richard Pryor question, yes, Chris W. has it. If I met Richard Pryor, I'd be intimidated. He's been dead for years.
Yeah, I'd be horrified screaming because he'd be a zombie.
I mean, I know the context, but you were like, if I see somebody I admired, man.
But Randy's been at it a long time too, so there's a history there, you know.
thing, right?
Like I mean, when I saw Vince McMahon, it took everything in me. Then I go, Vince.
It's Vince.
I felt, like holy shit.
Yeah.
But still, the ego trigger came on. But Maz was just visibly. That's why he made that joke about his own ears
to calm me down.
To lob you. Hey, I'm a human being
How
too.
bad did you want Randy to hit you? No, I'm serious. Just because then that would be like the thing. You'd be telling all your buddies, dude, you're not going to believe who fucking hit me today. Right? In a way, that'd be cool, right?
No.
I'm thinking in a way that would be cool. Mars, would you like to be hit by Randy one time? Just for the story?
That's Poe. That's Poe.
I mean, Poe, sorry.
And who's your top 5? I want to know. Who's ahead of Randy now that he's not here? Because somebody was ahead of him.
No, I not ahead of him, but I think that
Yeah, name your top 5.
Come on, man.
Not
Stop
his
playing.
top 5,
Yeah.
but I think that he's going to have a bit of a problem with Fedor. He's going to have a problem with that guy.
You think Fedor's gonna win?
He's going to have a problem with that guy.
I think
guy's
he's
an
gonna
animal.
kick his stupid ass, is what you said.
No, not that.
Now,
He's
what
gonna
makes
have a problem.
Fedor the guy, though? What makes him so amazingly?
He's just a violent individual. He goes in there and he's just violent.
He's an animal.
He is. I mean, if you talk about Anderson Silva, right? And he's very artistic, talented. You can see him, moving like Ali.
He's UFC too, right?
Anderson Silva.
But Fedor can't just be good from being violent. And we're watching the video now. He's not violent. Would just come in and he's
watch.
Silva
First
has
strike.
fucking
Watch the first
8
strike.
inches
Bang.
on him.
Oh my god!
bang,
oh my
bang.
god! That's an animal.
Oh Jesus!
All the punches that count.
Those punches come from just a crazy place.
That's a 6'8" champion.
6'8", yeah.
You are
Watch how calm he is as he locks him and he grabs his face
And just
he
chokes him out.
There
He's
you go.
so done
Watch
right
his
there.
face. He's not even blinking. He's casual.
Oh, and he's got his fucking heel in his cock.
Wow.
Oh, that's got to be humiliating.
And Fedor
him up.
Fedor looks like somebody that if you've seen him, he's a balding, chunky man, and he just
Michael Chiklis, he looks like the bend.
Yes,
thing.
man.
Right. Some photos of him.
Yeah. Hey, because I'm learning every day.
Holy
Randy's kind of on his way out, though. He's not fighting on a regular basis these
Well,
days.
age-wise, he's 45.
No,
and he had retired, I think, and then come out of retirement. But he wants to.
And I think he came out of retirement just because of the popularity of the sport's getting so ridiculous. He wants a little piece before he goes away for good, right?
All those guys that went through all that shit before they came up with the rules.
He's got no money.
Teeth knocked
Judo
out.
and Samba. Samba is a form of judo as well. They just do it a little different. They don't wear long pants.
All right,
but
give
it's
us some
judo.
samba.
I don't know Samba. That's Russian.
Well, how about you do the samba?
click that again. Like
he doesn't look like anything special.
Like I mean,
okay.
That's the baddest dude in the world, man.
That guy looks scary as
he does.
But
but in terms of
body type, he doesn't look like he's going to smash you.
Body type, he doesn't look as
dude. We've had a lot of these guys in at this point. The one guy that really just scares me just looking at him is Liddell. Tito, I mean, they all can kick her ass,
Chuck
obviously.
Liddell looks scary and his
but I'm just saying, Rampage didn't do it, not Tito, not Randy. When Liddell comes in, you're like, I'm watching every fucking word I say in the next half hour.
But because he seems like, he seems like, my image of him is that he's just a crazy fighting redneck. Grew up, his dad hit him with bricks in his head, and he just slept on tires. That's my image. I'm not saying that that's fucking him. I'm saying when I look at him, don't know him, never met him. He got that Fu Manchu. He got tattoos on his head of Asian letters. and he looks like he's just fights.
What, Liddell?
Chuck, yeah. He looks like
he breathes like a bull when he's just sitting there.
Yeah, he's just not.
Like
he just seems like he's
something.
born from. Like Randy Couture seems like he's born from training.
Right.
But Chuck looks like he's born from fighting. But that's also what's his name? Rampage comes from fighting. He doesn't come from I'm gonna take a discipline and all that and all the us and shit. He comes from what motherfucker, you know, that's what Chuck seems like he comes from too. You know?
And he comes from, there's a bear shitting on me, I better hit it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Fucking,
yeah, I'm not right. That's hilarious.
Fucking Fedor, man.
Yeah. Hey,
any other Fedor fights on there?
By the way, Mars was telling me that he could kick Poe's ass, which I thought was pretty
dying
brave.
to see that shit, man.
Which was pretty brave to say. And now they're both in studio.
Who would
This
you put Fedor versus Poe?
I'm sorry?
Fedor versus Poe.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Look at him laughing. He's laughing at you, Poe.
serious?
Look at him
Yeah.
That's a serious question.
All right,
Fedor versus Poe.
How long
trains.
could Poe last in a fight like that?
Okay, better question. Thank you.
In a
How long would you give Poe
in a ring?
In a ring with Fedor.
With rules.
With rules.
With the 52 blocks.
I don't like the rules.
I love you,
All
Poe.
right, wait, okay, no rules.
Oh, no rules?
No rules, Fedor versus in a ring though.
No rules?
I don't like the ring either.
He might have it'll be a while. 2 minutes. What happened? What happened?
We went from seconds to minutes.
So with rules, seconds.
All the blood just drained
with
from
no
Mars's
rules,
with no rules.
minutes. Couple of minutes with rules.
That would be
seconds.
But no rules, that's impressive.
Poe doesn't look like he's
impressive.
agreeing with you.
I know that people were laughing out there, but I was thinking that's kind of impressive. You think you can last 2 minutes, no rules.
The only question for Poe is this, even without rules, again, I'm not talking about weapons. But the only problem is Fedor would probably land a shot. You know, guys that can fight as well, even though you can certainly fight, he would land a shot. Could you withstand one of his shots? I mean, because his shots are fucking Down syndrome inducing. I mean, he throws fucking bombs.
Let me see another
These guys train to receive and they train to give. And they do this all the time. I haven't done that type of training in a very long time. Okay? But to get a punch from him, that would be devastating. I would have to stay away from him. I would have to kick him in his chin and poke him in the eye and hit him with a baseball bat.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Even in the rules without rules, because Poe, with weapons would be different. But Poe would have to get close enough to lock him up somehow. And he just doesn't.
Here's this giant, this Andre the Giant.
7'2". This kid.
This guy's 7'2".
I think so. This Asian. Fedor laughs at this. Look at this, like a kid fighting his dad.
Look at this monster.
But Fedor just makes the guy fall on him until he can.
Look at the size of that fucking monster.
Watch closely.
He just positions himself.
He's fighting a 7'2" guy that looks kind of retarded.
A monster retard.
And he's on the bottom right now, and that's
yeah, the 7'2" guy is on Fedor.
But Fedor brought him on.
Right.
Yeah.
Fedor's just punching him in the side of his big stupid head.
A Chinese Big Show, and he's gonna kick his ass.
Chinese Big Show, very good.
Because he knows, Fedor knows he can get this guy. He's got this giant Chinese guy on him because he knows he'll make a mistake.
That's the biggest head I've ever seen in my
He's
life.
awful. He's just locking him up, holding him, waiting for this big dummy to make a mistake.
right. Look. First attempt.
Now what happens?
The first attempt, he's just trying to armbar him.
He's just hanging on his arm like it's a fly.
Like a child.
Look how big this
guy's
fucking
a giant compared to Fedor.
And he's a fucking.
All right, they're back up on their feet. Gotta do a little radio play-by-play for everybody.
Fedor tried to armbar him.
Fedor looks soft. I don't want to keep saying this like it's a, but the motherfucker looks like if you hit him in his stomach, he'll go down.
Yeah.
How much longer?
Look how big
not too
that
long.
guy is.
It looks like any dad you'd see at the beach.
That's a big dude, a big muscular Chinese man, and Fedor's just charging him now, and now he throws the guy on top
And
of
again,
him.
he pulled him down right on top of him.
Oh, the Chinese guy's
The guy's trying to punch him, so he grabs his arm and stops him.
Right.
He's fucking. He just knows he's got this big dummy.
He loves. Why does he like getting these guys on top of him?
Because he knows he can armbar them. He's gonna fucking lock his arm up.
Oh, is that what he's waiting for?
There's 10 feet of arm there.
I feel like I got a cheat code for a video game and made one of the guys really big.
Watch. Here we go, second time.
There you go. He's got him arm. There you go.
There you go.
Fight's over.
Done.
That was it.
That's it.
Why was that done?
Because Fedor fucking wrapped his legs around the guy's shoulders and straightened his arm out. Had that guy not tapped, his arm would have been broken backwards at the elbow.
Well, let's break it then.
Holy shit.
But watch what we did.
Because it's so fast.
It's in slow motion. Watch how fucking he gets that arm straight. There goes legs.
There's the arm.
And you don't even,
Oh my God, okay.
And you don't even know that your arm is in the position. This is what I mean
You're
about.
like, wait a minute. Wait. My arm, it's going to be broken
This is
off.
what I mean about they know. It's like you can watch somebody who doesn't know how to fight and go, dude, I already beat you up. Just don't.
This fucking monster.
The Kevin Randleman fight. Can we show these guys out here?
The Kevin Randleman
fight.
That's a good one, bro.
Kevin Randleman is a monster wrestler.
Fedor, I don't understand. I don't know how the fuck he's the baddest dude
Are
going.
we doing the Zulu fight?
What's that? No, not Zulu. You got to see Randleman, who's a fucking wrestler.
Some people say that's the best knockout ever against Zulu.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Fedor versus Zulu.
Randleman's not that long of a fight, and there's a great suplex in it.
But
I want to see a knockout. Though.
The thing about this Randleman fight is how much pain Fedor takes.
That's because
you'll see.
How long has Fedor been fighting?
I don't know, but he's been prize champion for 5 years, 31.
Oh shit!
He's been fighting a long
So
time.
that means he's getting to his What's your peak as a fighter?
So Jimmy, the UFC wants him bad, right?
They
say
they
30s.
said the Russian mob wants too much
Mid
for him.
30s.
I said, but look at the size of this fucking
Jesus Christ.
Randleman's a big kid. And look at Fedor has he could easily be watching something on television.
That's Wesley Snipes from fucking
Demolition
Man.
Demolition Man.
But he's a strong.
Nah, you want the Demolition Man? That's one of my favorite animations.
Now, right now they're just kind of boxing. Can you guys see out there? Yeah, these guys are just kind of boxing a little bit. Now Randleman has got him up against the ropes. He picked up Fedor, and he slammed Fedor to the ground.
Which seems to be a silly thing to do.
Yeah,
the dumb thing to do is to slam him on his head and get on top of him.
And get on top of him. That's something you don't want to do with this guy, it seems.
It's almost like a woman that lets you almost rape her.
Yeah.
And right now, you got Fedor's on his back, and he pushed Randleman off him, and he got up because he's very strong. But watch this.
Oh! That's a back-breaking...
He just picked Fedor up and fell backwards with him on his neck.
Little wrestling move, like a WWE wrestling move.
How many of these guys have broken their necks over the years?
None, I don't think.
None.
But right now,
look.
There we go. The fucking fight.
Hey!
Fedor is just now he's on top of Randleman. He got out of the thing after
he's doing the face fuck.
Now he's punching his face to release his arms because he's face fucking him.
He's definitely face fucking. He's punching him in the head as he's getting a blowjob. Yeah. That is the worst.
What man hasn't wanted to do that? And I mean, get hit and get punched.
No teeth, asshole.
There you go. He's straightening his arm, which is always a problem.
Yes.
When a guy has his dick in your face and he's straightening your arm to break it. All right, he's just locking him up. There you go.
There you go.
Oh, fuck
Locks him up.
Ouch.
He's a submission expert.
That guy's a beast.
Nothing.
Now, do you see? Now, imagine. Here's the thing about street fighting. Who gives a fuck whether it's street fighting rules or not? What street fighting technique would have got you out of there except for
out of there.
A dick bite? But that's still, what the fuck? He's gonna break your fucking arm.
And they ain't gonna stop at a tap. He's gonna break your fucking arm and then lock the other one up, break that fucking thing,
break
your
it
legs,
worse because you dick
break
bit him.
them, leave you there with broken arms and broken legs
Oh my
in
God,
the middle of a fucking
he's
alley.
fighting Patrice right now.
Holy shit! The fuck is this guy?
This is how we look if Patrice won.
Oh damn! No.
Oh, this is what we need right here. This is a great way to end it. This guy looks a lot like Patrice,
He's
man.
fighting Patrice.
Oh,
Patrice made himself on the Wii.
Look up Zulu.
It's a
man. Look up Zulu. He looks a bit like
No, oh my God, that guy is huge.
He only fight. Look, he's not even looking him in the eye, Fedor. He's looking at the guy's chest.
This guy should be throwing white people in a pot. That's how big this, with a big bone in his fucking
You see how
nose.
big his little hands were? His little cute hands. I want to snuggle him.
All right, Fedor.
Fedor looks like he should be doing someone's
But
taxes.
the other guy's trying to stare him down.
Yeah, that's.
And he's just looking at the guy's chest.
I don't.
right.
It does not intimidate me.
Here's Fedor
he's a
versus
big
Zulu.
kid.
Oh boy.
How long's the fight on YouTube? Oh, it's going to be over very soon.
This guy is.
They just started.
Fedor just.
Hey. Oh, he fell
Fedor
right
knocked
down.
him down already, and he's doing. He's hitting. He's doing what we all wanted to do to Patrice on Tough Crowd.
Jesus.
It's like a school fight.
It's over.
Oh, that's it.
Just picture if they put the news in a negative.
He just this
Look at his
big
left.
fat block.
That's what it looked like.
Oh, nice. That left hook.
But Fedor just circles you in the ring while you're on your back, and then just looks for places to punch you in the face.
Damn.
Oh, he's an awful fucking.
All right, we can watch fights all day, but we got to.
I don't want to go.
Let's do line of the day and get the fuck
That's
out.
amazing.
Mars, you were great today.
Great job.
Can I take Randy's water?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Look
Maybe
at
it
that.
has magic powers.
Maybe it does.
What are you going to do with it?
I know.
I'm going to save it.
Oh,
Funny.
shit. Did he get an
Randy has the
autograph at
fucking
least?
flu.
No.
Yeah, I was
I
just
know.
going to say, I hope he's got the fucking...
Oh, and fucking creepy monster. Could you sign your water bottle?
You better got it. Did he get a picture?
Yes, last time.
All right, good.
Thank you.
Let's do
Now,
line of
here's
the
the
day.
phone call you were going to get.
Yeah, guys, keep this quiet. Did I leave my Valtrex there?
I don't think Randy would say that.
Oh, it's Literal Jimmy. Love Literal Jimmy.
Little Jimmy just stops all fun. And
Of course he does. That's Literal Jimmy's job. Literal Jimmy. I hate Literal Jimmy.
But it's really just a character I'm doing.
Literal Jimmy's Literal Jimmy. It's a paradox almost.
Oh, well, I don't know about that.
Mars's beating was brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. You guys get some 5 Hour Energy out there?
Yeah.
Sure they did. Yeah, people are digging this 5 Hour Energy.
Are they?
Yeah, it doesn't get you all groggy and crap and lethargic. Wakes up your brain, gets you back to feeling the way you want to feel, bright, alert, focused, and energetic. 5 Hour Energy.
None of that big drop off afterwards?
Not that crash.
Oh, good. The crash they call it. Right,
I gotta go to motherfucking doctor and get my chest x-rayed and shit.
Oh, shit.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm getting surgery, so they have to check your
What
heart.
surgery?
For my sinuses.
Oh, you're going to go with the knockout, man.
You got sinus surgery?
Yes.
And they got to go in your chest?
They do a chest x-ray to make sure that you're okay to go under anesthesia. I had a a fucking EKG yesterday, and they want to do a chest x-ray just to make sure your heart's in good shape, but they won't put you under anesthesia. It's just it's an insurance.
Insurance is covering it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's the health reasons behind it?
It's sinus infections. I can't breathe half the time. It's fucking horrible. I have a deviated septum, big turbinates. Don't get me started.
Are you getting a nose job?
No. I am actually. I want
Norton
to
is
twist
getting
it
a
to the...
fucking nose job.
Yeah, you're getting the
Well, I
rated.
have a great little nose.
You
Look at my
want-
little nose. That's the nose.
You want to get Randy's nose.
Yeah. Randy's nose is bent and twisted, but it actually looks cool because you know other men's
And he
fists
should
have done that.
he should get anybody's chin. Just
Yeah.
just tell him to give you one.
Patrice, that was hurtful.
Yeah, way to...
What are you doing, man?
Yeah, you know what? You talk shit to easy targets. Why don't you learn some respect?
Oh, it's Jimmy Batman,
That's
everybody.
right. Where's my mother? I want to kick someone in the cunt. I'm Batman.
Wow,
Come here,
you're...
sis, so I can knock your tits off. I'm Batman.
We'll call you Bat Jimmy.
I'm Bat Jim.
Bat Jimmy.
I'm Bat Jimmy.
Bat Yimmy's mean.
Yeah.
All right, let's
I got
go.
it.
This is
Come
going
on,
to take
that
a
feels
while.
silly.
We're going to do at least another 10 minutes. Because we got-
7 runners up.
Yeah, line of the day
Fuck.
sponsored by Carbonite.com. Carbonite. Backs up your computer hard drive so you never have to worry about losing any of your files. Check it out at Carbonite.com, promo code XM. Right to the first runner-up line of the day.
I think not that that's not a crazy example to raise during the Golden Girls that Hitler might have been funny. It's a perfectly logical direction to go with it.
Yeah, we're trying to get Amy back on the phone. Is it not happening?
Yeah, well-
oh, didn't you get more emails from Amy, the author?
I certainly did.
Yeah.
The update is that she won't come on the air because she doesn't trust us.
Okay.
Meanwhile, she's the one that said we should call her, but she won't come on the air.
Okay.
However, she is forwarding me many of the pests' emails that have made it her way.
Are they all sorry about what happened today?
Sort of, yeah. We all heard Coke Logic's email. Here's one that was forwarded from
Amy to you.
From Amy to me. This is from a guy named William. He says, loved your time on Opie and Anthony show today. Keep up the good work, old silly putty gums. Here's one from Thomas. This one's pretty straightforward. Oh God, please do something with your gums and teeth.
What assholes?
By the way, before he continues, let's acknowledge that we went after the soft target, not Randy.
Well, Randy would write a book about being how to fucking train people. He just does it with his fists.
I just want to acknowledge.
Yeah,
yes,
Randy wrote a book called "I'll Beat Up Everybody I See" by Randy Couture. You gotta fuck with him, but he's
Oh, really? Really? We gotta fuck with him?
Well, tickle him like he's
I have no problem admitting we go after soft targets on this show.
Please read another one, Danny.
Sure.
I will acknowledge that.
Here's one that was sent to her with the subject of boycott CBS Radio, boycott Opie and Anthony. The problem, however, is that it was sent from Poop Face. The body of the email reads, these two have been doing awful things for years, but after this morning, enough is enough. We have to take a stand and let their employees at CBS Radio know that we will not tolerate those two idiots anymore. They were fired for a blah, blah, blah stunt involving sex in a church. I, for one, refuse to sit back and let these buffoons make fun of grandmotherly cunts such as yourself. Only with your help can we get rid of O&A and the faggot forever. Here's another one.
Hold on. Let's get another runner-up line of the day and get some more. Another runner-up line of the day.
When Gary Coleman dies, I'm gonna go, hey man, the world don't move. Just one drum. Peace out.
Nice. Patrice O'Neill, Punchline, August 6th. That weekend. Whatever that weekend is. PatriceO'Neill.com, right? All right. He's not paying attention. Another runner-up line of the day.
People have a black thing. Like, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, we hear it's huge.
Just idiots.
Please read another one.
All right.
Well, I have one more left, so you want me to save it?
No, read it.
Oh, I love these.
Okay. This last one.
Well, disrespectful.
It's probably my favorite one, too. It's from Bertino, and it reads, Dear Sloth from the Goonies' Mouth. Opie and Anthony would like to continue the interview, so please call back.
But she might be kind of funny since she's forwarding them to. Like, why is she forwarding them to? She might be laughing.
Abusive the fans.
I think she's doing it because I think she's really bothered.
Yeah.
And that's why she's doing it. She's not heeding her own advice and saying just to ignore bad behavior.
She's going against her own book.
I think she's
encouraging bad behavior.
Yeah,
she's letting you know what meanness has been introduced to her life.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she's ever experienced this brand of humor.
They're all talking about her gums.
That one made me laugh so hard. It sucks because I'm getting them on my BlackBerry, and so I'm just hysterically laughing while other things are going on in studio.
All right, another runner-up line of the day.
For the first time I seen a mixed martial arts match, and I don't know who it was. It was a guy, pardon me,
with shorts.
It was a black guy and a white guy. Forgive me, I don't know the names.
Why are you saying forgive me?
Okay, it was the other day. It was on Saturday. And the guy got poked in the eye.
This is like the karate who's on first.
He's talking about the Burns and Anthony Johnson fight.
Oh, that's a good one.
Carbonight.com. Here's another runner-up line of the day.
I'm actually like running, and I actually.
So this is like Jane, stop this crazy thing.
What the hell is that?
Outside.
Where are we at? 2 more runner-ups? Holy shit. Another runner-up line of the day.
It looks like put in Halloween teeth. Like
right to the next one.
Should have a Bazooka Joe comic wrapped around them.
Oh, Jesus.
Every time she smiles and 10 baseball cards fall out from under her lip.
I want to press her gums on the Sunday paper.
Old silly putty gums.
Look, she's got Marmaduke on her gums, mother.
You can stretch it and pull it.
Oh, that's so terrible, man. This poor woman has no ammunition for that.
Exactly. Don't write a fucking book on how to train men, silly.
Really?
We'll just make fun of your gums.
Can you imagine how easy just to dismiss this bitch is like, I wrote a book to help women. And shut up, old buttergum.
And she just fucking lost
just
it.
Gone. That's it.
I can't train this one.
So any motherfucking guy that let this fucking bitch train him they're just useless.
Yeah.
They stupid. they bazooka Joe gums.
They got one physical flaw, and it's like fucking Siegfried and Roy with that big tiger.
But no one's ever had the audacity to just go, look at your dumb chiclet teeth. That brought her back to when she was in the 3rd grade.
Exactly. No training.
Boys laughing
And
at
those
her.
thin hair, and they just pointing and go, shut up, bitch.
Shut up. Dopey guys fucking with her.
Shut the fuck up.
Let's do it. Line of the day.
Here comes line of the day. Line of the day. I would like it to be a partnership with my girlfriend because she was always a good dresser. She'd have sweaters and little red shirts and just massive gums and little teeny teeth. Ah! What's the matter?
I just saw a picture of Amy.
Oh. Oh, that's so uncomfortable.
I'm kidding. Ew.
That's a good way to end that. All right, let's get the fuck out of here.